Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to another edition of Henley Hornets basketball on MyBasin.com. Tonight, the Klamath Union Pelicans are visiting the Hornets' Nest to take on the Henley Hornets. Good evening. My name is Josh Eldridge. So glad you're with us this evening for this Skyline Conference contest between the Klamath Union Pelicans and the Henley Hornets. Klamath Union coming into play tonight. The Lady Pelicans with an 8-7 overall record, a 2-1 mark in league play. Henley with a 9-7 overall record, but just the same record in league play. These two teams, they are knotted at the top of the Skyline Conference with that 2-1 record. We're going to take a look at the conference standings coming up in just a bit, but take a look at the last time these two teams went out. For Henley, it was a win against Mazama. That was back on Friday, a 52-47 win over the Vikings. They looked solid in doing so. Annie Campos scored 27 points. The sophomore came up in a big way late in the game against Mazama, able to grab that win. That was on Friday. Meantime, for Klamath Union was lost last time out, a 50-40 loss to Hidden Valley, the defending state champion, the defending Skyline Conference champion. Mustangs grabbed their first league win over Klamath Union last week. We'll dive a little bit more into the conference standings coming up, and of course we'll have starting lineups and tip-off on the way on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
And we welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week as the Henley Hornets getting ready to take on the Klamath Union Lady Pelicans this evening. Take a quick look at the Skyline Conference standings, and you'll see both of these teams at the top. Each of them have a 2-1 record. Henley has the slight edge, being that they're 9-7 and Klamath Union is 8-7. Mazama is in third place, tied for that third place spot with Hidden Valley. Each of those teams are 1-1. They've got North Valley and Phoenix. Each of those teams are 1-2. So you've got these kind of three different ties in the conference that need to be sorted out tonight, and a few of them will be. Obviously, we've got Klamath Union here in the Hornets' Nest tonight. Over at Phoenix High School, they are playing the Mustangs, and Mazama is traveling to North Valley. So you see a couple of these teams will have a chance to even out the power balance. At least we will, between Klamath Union and Henley. Now, if Mazama and Hidden Valley both win, for example, all four of those teams in the bottom of the conference would remain tied, just a couple of weeks away from when the rankings freeze, of course, as we get kind of closer to that state tournament date, which is March 12th through the 14th up at Forest Grove High School. as the state tournament has always been held up there. And both of these teams still in a very good spot to try to get to that final site, which again, we are still a few weeks away. You look around in the top 10 and some of the teams that might be meeting the Pelicans or the Hornets at the state tournament. At the top of the state, you have the usual suspects like Philomath, Cascade, Baker, your top three. Junction City's up there as well. You've got Gladstone in at number 5. Banks is ranked 6th. Corbett is number 7. Number 8 is Staten. Marshfield is ranked 9th. And Marist is number 10, your top 10 in the state of Oregon for girls basketball. Really excited for this matchup tonight between the 2-1 Pelicans and the 2-1 Lady Hornets. We're going to step aside, and when we come back, it'll be time for starting lineups and tip on MyBaycom.
On-Top Services have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On-Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On-Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And we welcome you back inside the gym on the campus of Henley High School in Klamath Falls, Oregon for tonight's Skyline Conference matchup between the Henley Hornets and the Klamath Union Pelicans. Time now to meet the starters for the Klamath Union Pelicans. Starting number 1, a senior, Ana Mendez. Number 11, a sophomore, Aaron Garcia. Number 13, a sophomore, Dianara Pena. Number 20, a senior, Cassidy Mahan. And number 22, another senior, Sam Garcia. The Klamath Union Lady Pelicans are coached by John Nahar in his first year. Time now to meet the starting 5 for the Henley Hornets. Senior, number 10, Ryan Maddox. A junior, number 11, Holly Parker. Number 10, a sophomore, number 15, Annie Campos. A senior, number 20, Madeline Sharp. And finally, a sophomore, number 24, Jewel Northcutt. Your starting 5 for the Henley Hornets, coached by Randy Denson in his second season.
The manager is Ken Vieira. Our assistant Jeff Sturgeon and the father and
Randy Denson is assisted by Alex Stork and Kevin Petrick. Your officials tonight: Craig Caldwell, Alan Caldwell, and Jeff Sturgeon. We are ready for basketball tonight. Glad you are with us this evening on mybasin.com. Lady Pelicans in new uniforms this year. Lady Pels written across the front in white lettering and white stripe down the side as Mahan goes for the tip with Northcutt, and the Lady Pelicans control the tip. Pena beyond the arc, thought about taking a 3, kicks it over to Mendez, who fires from range and can't get it. Annie Campos grabs the rebound. So now the Hornets get to go. They are taking it from left to right. Campos going right with it on that left block, goes up with the right hand, can't get it. Dianara Pena grabs the board, kicks it into the front court to Mendez. Mendez inside to Mahan. She's on the left elbow, takes a dribble inside, kicks it outside to Garcia. Garcia to Mendez. To Garcia once more. And you'll see Aaron Garcia on the floor along with Sam Garcia for the Lady Pelicans. So right now Sam Garcia with the ball over to Mendez. And now to Pena. Pena guarded by Maddox. Right a ways beyond the three-point arc. Zipping it to Garcia. Garcia trying to get it inside to Garcia from the right block. Throws it up with the right hand and can't quite get it. Campos. Dribbles it up the perimeter, throws it to Maddox, now near side. Maddox puts it on the deck at the right elbow. She is backed up to the three-point arc, tries to bounce it over to Sharp, but loses control of it, and the ball will go out of bounds. So still looking for our first score with 6:53 left to go in the first. As Pena gets the inbound pass. Dianara Pena, a freshman last year and one of the breakout players for the Pels. And she dribbles inside, kicks it outside to Mahan. Mahan goes right with it, zips it outside to Sam Garcia. Garcia dribbles inside, takes a step back, shoots 3, can't get it. Campos with the rebound. She battles on those boards. Bouncing it inside to Maddox. On the other side, off the glass, can't get it. Campos with the rebound. She tries to put it back up, can't do it. Gets a third rebound, can't put it in again. And that is an empty possession for the Hornets as this time the Pels race into the front court. Garcia thinking about taking 3 on the other side. Dribbling it in and bouncing it off her foot. It looks like the Hornets have come away with it as Northcutt comes up with the steal. Now Campos bringing it up the floor. Zips it over to Sharp on the other side. Sharp, that was Parker who goes a little bit high with the shot. Sharp gets the rebound and gets the bucket. So it's now 2-0. The Hornets lead. Pena spins to her right at the free throw line, throws it over to Garcia on the far side. Bringing it back near, gets it into Pena on the right side. She spins to her left, feeling the pressure from Maddox. Tried to get it over to Mendez, but Campos got a hand on it. The ball goes out of bounds. So as we were saying, Pena became kind of a breakout star for KU last year. She really made her name when she hit a buzzer-beating three-pointer to beat North Valley about halfway through last season. Garcia takes a 3, front iron no good. Pena gets the rebound. She tries to put it back and can't get it done. As Maddox racing up the floor and extending this lead now 4-0 with 5:15 to go in the first. Pena brings it up, kind of slows things down for KU. Now to Garcia. Mendez to Garcia. On the near side. Trying to drive the baseline on the left. Slings it over to Garcia on the outside. Now to Mendez. Mendez, top of the key. Back to Garcia with the overhand pass. Trying to get it inside to Pena. And does. Pena puts it on the deck. Fakes it. Going up with it. Decides to spin right. Throws it back up. And can't get it. Campos gets the rebound. Maddox on the other side. Puts it on the deck. Can't get it. Henley gets the rebound and fouled on the shot. I believe that was Northcutt who will be heading to the line. And she will.
Foul charge to number 22, Sam Garcia, her first KU team foul. Sends Jewel Northcutt to the line for 2 shots.
First free throw from Northcutt is good.
Checking in for Henley, number 1, Melody Martino, number 22, Anna Harper. For the Pelicans, 10, Keely Hall, 11, Erin Garcia, 21, Alice Slavin.
Second free throw for Northcutt on the way. That one doesn't fall, but Henley looked like they almost got the rebound in the far side, but I believe that was Slavin who's checked in. Kind of got tied up, so it will be Henley basketball. And it gets into Campos. Campos dribbling left with it, driving that left side, spins around to her right, thinks about a fadeaway shot, kicks it out to Martino beyond the key. Martino over to Parker, front rim, but that one a friendly bounce. And Holly Parker knocking down that shot. Pena bringing it up the floor. She dribbles left with it, takes a screen, step back 3 for Pena, and she splashes it. And that's what you know from Dianara Pena, the sophomore. First 3 points of the night for the Pels. Campos driving the left side, bouncing it inside to Harper, spins around, goes up with the left, and gets the shot. Nice shot there from Anna Harper, the freshman. 9-3 with 3:37 to go in the first. And that was Langley who tried to get it inside and couldn't get it done. Campos walking up the floor. Picked up quickly by Keely Hall, who's checked into the game for KU. And now it is Harper. This ball goes out of bounds. Harper seems to be a little bit bothered by her finger. Maddox is going to check in for Parker.
Replacing Holly Parker.
And I think Harper is going to be okay. Inbound pass goes to Maddox. She takes one from about 19. Does not fall. Slavin gets the rebound. She is racing up the floor. Slavin tries to get it inside to Keely Hall. Can't get it. Langley got the rebound. She puts up a shot. No good. And Maddox grabbed the rebound as the Henley Hornets on the offensive side of the ball, up 6 with 3 to go in the first. Catch and shoot 3 for Martino. That one hits the back iron and does not fall. Goes out of bounds. It'll be KU ball. Pena walking it up the floor. Maddox got a hand on it. One-on-one in transition. Maddox and Pena, and Maddox had a wide open lane at the bucket. Couldn't get it. Martino got the board. She drew contact, and she'll go to the line. Melody Martino heading to the line. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of an essential safety checklist. That's why Les Schwab does more than install just tires and wheels. You can come on in for a free pre-trip safety check, and they're going to make sure that everything is in working order at Les Schwab Tires. They've got 3 locations in the basin, 2 in Klamath Falls, 1 on South 6th Street, 1 on Washburn Way, and then 1 out in Merrill. They've been doing the right thing since 1952. Timeout on the floor. We're going to take one, too. The score 9-3 with 2:35 to go in the first.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
So as we welcome you back into the action, the first free throw from Martino is good. So now 10-3 with 2:35 left to go in the first on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week. We're here live on the campus of Henley High School inside the Hornets' nest. Quite a good turnout on a Tuesday night, pardon me. As the second free throw was also good. Turnover, and it'll be Henley ball.
Foul charge to number 21, Alex Slavin, her first, third, team foul.
So now Campos over to Martino. Martino very bothered by Mendez coming on the near side. Martino puts it on the deck, creates some room, tries to bounce it over to Harper, can't get the shot up. Now Klamath Union on the other side. Pena zipping it over to Hall. Hall stumbles on her way to the bucket and creates a Henley turnover. Harper and Campos, 2-on-2 in transition. Campos takes it to the rim herself and gets the bucket. Henley now up by 10, 13-3 with $1:51 to go in the first. And timeout called by Coach Nahar. We'll take one too. 13-3, 1:47 to go in the first. The Henley Hornets lead on the MyBasin Game of the Week.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor. It's CCB 188923.
And we welcome you back into the first quarter at Henley High School. It is 13-3, the Hornets lead. So far, they've looked good, led in scoring by Ryan Maddox and Annie Campos, each of them with 4. Holly Parker, Melanie Martino, and Anna Harper have each contributed some points. The only 3 points of the evening so far for Klamath Union come off the hand of Dianara Pena, who sunk 3 about halfway through this quarter. And so the 5 on the floor for the Lady Hornets, so get ready for action, is Maddox, Parker, Campos, Harper, and Sharp. Hall takes the inbound pass for KU. She tries to zip it ahead to Garcia. Parker got a hand on it, and that is a Klamath Union turnover. Campos now brings it across the timeline. She stops at about the 3-point arc, tries to zip it over to Parker. She took about a 17-footer, hit the front of the rim, didn't fall. Mahan bothered at the free throw line, kicks it out to Garcia. She tries to bank a 3, can't get it done. And now it is Harper in transition. Harper slows things down over to Campos. Campos steps into a 3, and that won't fall. It'll go out of bounds, and KU ball. Langley, inbound pass to Garcia. She's coming up the near side. Spins around, has a nice look at the rim. Can't get it to fall. Langley with the rebound. She throws up one with her left. No good. Rebound Pelicans. Now Garcia again beyond the 3-point arc. Garcia to Langley. Langley brings it back out to Hall. Garcia with it now. She steps into 3 and she knocks it down. So 2 threes, the only points of the night so far for KU. That time from Sam Garcia. 13-6, 37 seconds left to go in the first. Now to get it inside to Sharp. Sharp going to work against Garcia on that left side. Trying to bounce it over to Harper. Loose ball on the floor. Looked like Klamath Union's come away with it. Pass into the front court to Mahan. She's got room in transition. High off the glass, and she gets the shot. Campos on the other side for Henley. She creates some great room right at the rim, and Campos answers right back. She's got 6 points tonight. 6 seconds left, and Garcia has only got 4. Mahan takes one from 19, tries to bank it, can't get it done. It is a 7-point game, 15-8 after 1. You've got the MyBasin.com game of the week between the Henley Hornets and the Klamath Union Pels.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
And welcome you back to the MyBasin.com game of the week between the Henley Lady Hornets and the Klamath Union Lady Pelicans. Right now, Henley leads 15-8 as we are just getting ready to start the second quarter. Both of these teams tied at the top of the Skyline Conference, so in terms of an early season matchup, this one is fairly important, dictating quite a bit in terms of how these teams are going to fall for the next couple of games even. If you look at, these are kind of the two consensus teams at the top of the conference. I think you could probably put Hidden Valley and Mazama up there as well, those kind of top 4 teams. But these two teams will not play again until February 18th, which is the second to last game of the season. Here's your first look now at the Pelicans and the Hornets. Campos fires 3, bounce high off the rim, won't go. And they're going to charge the foul to Anna Harper. It'll be her first. Inbound pass to Mendez for Klamath Union. Garcia with it now, right in front of the Hornets bench. She throws a pass to Garcia. Bouncing it inside to Pena, but it's knocked away by Maddox. Maddox against Pena. One-on-one fast break. Mahan comes to help, and a charge against Ryan Maddox's Pena. Got positioned down low. Charged a foul to Maddox. That'll be the second Hornets team foul and the first for Maddox. Mendez kicks it ahead to Pena after the inbound pass. Pena dribbles low with it and got tied up by Maddox on her way to the rim. So a held ball will give possession right back to the Hornets. All right, Campos bringing it back up the floor. Brings it right, hands it to Maddox. Maddox handing it to Parker. Parker stops from the left elbow. That one hit the glass, no good. Northcutt grabs the board. She has to rip through it, and a held ball down low. Possession goes to KU. Not the only game this week for either squad, as on Friday night, the Klamath Union Pelicans will be back against Mazama. And then on Thursday, we're going to be right back here at the Hornets' nest as Phoenix comes to town. Anna Mendez hitting 3 on the other side, making it 15-11, and a foul down low is going to send Harper to the line. Fourth team foul for the Pelicans and first for Mendez. Picking the right path can make the journey easier, the distance shorter, and can assure that you end up in the right place. Whether you're dreaming of owning a home or you just want a great checking account, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union can help you reach your goals. First free throw was no good from Harper, and she'll have one more coming up. Shorty has 2 points tonight and is now 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Campos got the putback, and that is 8 points for Campos so far tonight. Again, 27 on Friday against Mazama, and then before that, when they played North Valley, she scored 20. Very solid post player. Mahan dishing it to Mendez, zips it to Garcia, top of the key. Garcia steps with her left, goes right. Now Pena beyond the key. Pena trying to drive the lane, goes left. Maddox got a hand in there, but a foul called against Ryan Maddox. She's averaging about 10 points per game, Maddox is, but she does tend to get into a little bit of foul trouble early. That's her second here in the first half. And still quite a ways to go in the first half. Not quite sure, I'm trying to think if she's fouled out of a game that I've broadcast so far this season, but she does play aggressive on defense, and that lends itself to having fouls called against you, but still a great player in Ryan Maddox. All right, Klamath Union. Pena, long three, and she banks it in from about 26. Put the Pelicans right back into this game. That's the second three for Pena. 4 of Klamath Union's 5 buckets have been from 3 tonight. And if they continue that trend, they could tie it here. Pena bringing it up the floor. She thought about it, but she's driving inside, throws it off the glass, and that falls. It's now a 1-point game, 17-16. Excuse me, 5.5 to go in the second. Pena trying to get the rebound. Campos grabbed it away and puts it back up and in. Back up to a 3-point lead. Campos, 10 points tonight. Pena, the leading scorer for Klamath Union, with 8. She thought about 3. Instead kicks it to Garcia. Garcia bouncing it out to, well, I believe that was Slavin. Now Mendez back to Mahan. It's Garcia. She brings it around the world to the right. Zips it over to Slavin. Slavin to Mendez. Mendez can shoot the 3 as well. Mahan near corner. Stops at the elbow. Out to Garcia. Garcia handing it to Pena. Pena trying to drive left baseline. Thinks better of it. Brings it back out beyond the 3-point arc. Guarded by Martino. Slow basketball coming out from the Pels. A miscommunication at the half-court line. And it was a tip ball, so no over and back. Either way, Henley gets it. Mid-range shot from 15. Can't go. Mahan with the rebound. Mendez bringing it up the floor. Zips it over to Pena, who walks into a 3. No good. Back iron. Timeout called by Coach Randy Denson. We'll take one, too. 19-16, 4:10 to go in the second. The Hornets lead.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
And we welcome you back to the MyBasin.com game of the week as the Henley Hornets holding on to a 3-point lead right now, but the Pelicans have come storming back in this second quarter. Dianar Pena leading the way with 8 points. You also had Sam Garcia chiming in from 3 and Ana Mendez as well. But Dianar Pena already 2 threes and a 2-point bucket. She is a leading scorer for the Pels. Now for Henley, it is a 10-point game so far for Amy Campos. She is by far the Henley Hornets leading scorer. Next up is Ryan Maddox with just 2. Campos now brings the ball up the floor. She decides to go left with it. Steps back beyond the 3-point arc as she's picked up by Emma Langley. Handing it off to Martino. Martino at the free throw line, now about 10 feet out. Zipping it outside to Campos. Campos head fakes 3. Takes one from the left elbow. Front iron, no good. Rebound Sharp and a foul call down low. And charge that one to Sharp. I believe they're going to get her for the push on the rebound. So that is her first and the 4th for the Hornets. Tried to get the pass inside to Garcia. She couldn't quite save it from going out of bounds, so Henley will get the ball back with 3:39 to go in the second. Annie Campos bringing it up the floor. She denies the screen at the free throw line. She's moving left on the left block, has the ball picked away from her by Keely Hall. Loose ball picked up and now given to Martino. Martino going right, dribbles the ball a little bit high and ended up kind of carrying that one a little bit.
For the Hornets, number 22, Anna Harper, replacing Melody Martino.
Martino checks out, and Harper comes in. Harper's already got 2 points tonight. It's now over to Langley. Langley to Pena. Pena taking the Hall screen, gets it inside to Hall, and on her way to the bucket gets fouled. So Sharp picks up her second, fifth team foul for Henley. They're starting to get close to that bonus. Inbound pass goes to Pena on the far side. She puts it on the deck. From the left elbow, she can't get anything, and that will go the way of Henley after it goes out of bounds. Campos, she brings it up the floor, goes right with it once more. Nice feed down low, and a foul called as Northcutt goes up with the shot, and she will be sent to the line, the sophomore.
Foul charge to number 10, Keely Hall, her first.
Keely Hall picks up her first foul, fifth for KU.
Fifth KU team foul since Jewel Northcutt to the line for 2 shots.
Little things can add up to big bills when you're buying, selling, or owning a home, and Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty's exclusive Beyond the Sale guarantees protect buyers, sellers, and homeowners from unexpected repair bills. To learn more, you can call Coldwell Banker Home and Premier Realty today. Northcutt's first free throw was good, and her second does not have the same fortune. It hit the front of the rim. Langley racing into the front court. She zips it over to Garcia, puts it up with her left hand and gets fouled. She'll shoot 2 at the line.
Foul charge to number 11, Holly Parker, her first personal foul. 6th penalty team foul.
This Klamath Union Lady Pelicans team has been on the upward trajectory, really starting a couple of seasons ago. Last year, a vast improvement from prior years, 3-7 in league play, but you look at the ways that they lost games and who they beat, we can go back and say, well, they beat this Hornets team once last season in a 46-44 win. That was on June 3rd of 2021. You remember we played basketball a little bit late last year. And then you have that great win against North Valley early in the season when Dianara Pena hit a big three-point shot. And they also picked up a win against North Valley later in the season as well, 39-33. They came close a couple of times, but this team has been improving the last handful of years. And now John Nahar taking over for Maria Ramirez in his first season. Looks to improve the Lady Pelicans all the way to a playoff berth this year, which is a real possibility as Pena knocks down a bucket there. The score 22-18, 2:14 left to go in the half. Campos zipping it inside to Northcutt, but it's taken away by Pena. Pena in transition, stops and pops at the free throw line, and it falls. It's a 2-point game. 22-20, 2:02 left to go in the half. Klamath Union, they are pushing the pace. Campos takes a mid-range shot from the elbow, and it won't fall. Anna Mendez tried to bank in a three. Tries to follow the rebound and gets tied up. It's going to go the way of KU. Maddox is going to check in for Parker. Campos walks it up the floor. Bouncing it to Maddox. Maddox on that right side, or left side rather. Gets it over to Harper. Harper tries to go up with the shot and goes out of bounds. And pardon me, that was, yes, that was Harper. And with that being the 7th team foul, no. I thought we were getting ready to shoot free throws. That is the 7th team foul for KU and the first for DNR Pena. There's 6 fouls for Henley. And I believe they're deciding whether or not free throws need to be shot. Well, if you want to stay in shape and be involved in a sport you love and earn money in the process, you can become an athletic official. There is a shortage of athletic officials in Oregon, and we need you now more than ever. You can visit osaa.org/officials for more information to get registered. And so Henley is in the bonus. Harper will shoot free throws. She's 0 for 2 at the line thus far, and she's got 2 more chances now. She created her second chance. I stand corrected. She was only shooting 1 and 1, but she did create her second chance there. 23-20. 90 seconds to go in the half. Second free throw, no good. She follows it up with her own rebound, gets hacked, and will shoot 2 this time. Pena picks up her second foul and the 8th for KU. Harper 1 for 4 so far tonight at the line. That's off the back iron, no good. Freshman has been a very good defender this year, Harper. She's been pretty good getting rebounds as well. Scoring comes at the varsity level once you get some experience, and the freshman will definitely be getting that experience over the next handful of seasons. Anna Harper's going to develop into a nice player, I think. Front iron, no good on the second free throw. Garcia brings it into the front court for KU. She tries to get it inside to Hall, but it slips off the tip of her fingers and goes out of bounds. It'll be Henley ball. Campos bringing it up. She dishes it over to Harper. Off the glass, no good. Rebound Pels. Garcia zipping it over to Mahan. She goes up, no good. Maddox with the rebound. She is hassled, and ball goes out of bounds. She kind of threw it off of Mendez's foot. Smart play when you're backed into a corner like that. And it's to reset the offense. Campos moving up the floor, bouncing it inside to Northcutt. She goes up with the shot, won't get it. Campos gets the board. Sharp kicks it to Maddox. Maddox thinks about a three, goes in from 12 with the right hand and rattles around the rim and falls for Ryan Maddox. 6 points for the senior tonight. Harper bringing it into the front court. Kind of lost it inside to Hall. Hall puts it on the deck, bounces it outside to Mahan. From 17, that one falls. 25-22. Henley leads, 22 seconds to go in the first half. Looks like the Hornets are content to take the final shot of the first half as Campos walks it up the floor. Now 13 seconds. Hands it to Maddox. Maddox, top of the key. Dribbles right. She creates some room. Goes up with the shot, gets fouled. It doesn't fall, but she'll shoot 2. And you can see over there the Klamath Union boys team getting ready to take the floor during halftime. We will, of course, have coverage of that game for you as well on mybasin.com. We'll be joined by the audience listening on 104.3 and 960 Sports, as well as Alex Stork. Going to be joining the broadcast crew in the boys broadcast this evening. He's the head football coach and also assistant on this girls varsity team. And looking forward to having him join us in the booth. Well, what what's more or less a table, I guess, at the Hornets' Nest. Not so much a booth, but thanks to Jesse Hamilton, the AD, for getting us set up like he does each and every week. Both free throws are good from Maddox. As now there's 3 seconds left to go. Mendez getting it inside to Hall. No time. The Pelicans run out the clock. And Hornets with a 5-point lead at the half. We're going to take a break, come back, and when we do, we'll break down the halftime stats as we have them so far and take a look around the conference on My Basin.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Welcome you back inside the Hornets' Nest this evening. We are at halftime. The Henley Hornets leading the Klamath Union Pelicans in this varsity girls basketball matchup 27-22. My name is Josh Eldridge. Appreciate you being with us this evening. It's been an exciting first half as we look at the leading scorers as Annie Campos leads the way on the floor with 12 points this evening. We'll give you who else has scored for the Hornets as Ryan Maddox has added 2 points from Anna Harper, 2 from Holly Parker, and 2 from Melody Martino. But so far, Campos has been very active, and that's nothing new for the Hornets. She's been passing the ball really well to Ryan Maddox inside a couple times. Maddox has also created her own shots. But talking about the sophomore, Annie Campos, what doesn't she do? I mean, she's able to create her own shot. She's able to get put back. She did that a couple of times. She drives to the rim really well, and it's earned her 12 points so far in this ball game. Looking at what the Klamath Union Lady Pelicans have done, well, they're led in scoring by Dianara Pena. She's got 10 this evening. Anna Mendez has got 3, and a handful of other Pelicans have got 2 this evening. But Dianara Pena really spearheaded a small comeback into that second quarter that trimmed the lead down to 1, and Henley was able to extend it back out to a 5-point lead in that second quarter. I look to see more from Dianara Pena. Klamath Union shot the 3 ball fairly well in that first half. In fact, 4 of their first 5 buckets were 3-pointers. So I look to have them shoot more threes because they kind of went away from it in that second quarter when they looked for those inside looks. They passed up some looks that maybe they would have otherwise taken, especially on that final possession where they sort of ran out the clock. So looking at that for Klamath Union and Coach John Nahar, who in his first year, admittedly, this is the first time he's seen Randy Denson's Hornets, so he's going to have to make some second half adjustments. He's got plenty of time to do it. He's only down 5 on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week. Stepping aside, and when we come back, we're taking a look at the Skyline Conference. We'll also give you a little bit of a preview of this boys basketball matchup we've got going on tonight. You can see them warming up down on the floor, the Pelicans and the Hornets tonight on MyBasin.com.
On Top Tree Service have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
And welcome you back to the MyBasin.com game of the week. Is the girls varsity basketball game still going on right now? The Klamath Union Pelicans and the Henley Hornets. Right now, Lady Hornets up by 5 at half. Take a look around the Skyline Conference and you'll see that these two teams are at the top. Each of them 2-1. Henley has the slight advantage at 9-7 with the overall record, but Klamath Union with the 8-7 record, they're ranked higher in the state at number 16. Henley's number 17. You've got Mazama and Hidden Valley at that kind of 3-4 spot. Mazama is 1-1. Hidden Valley is 1-1. It's another one of those things where Mazama is ranked 18th, but they're technically above Hidden Valley, who's ranked 15th. Even though the Mustangs have a losing record, they are still above everyone else in the Skyline Conference. North Valley and Phoenix round out the bottom of the list. They are each 1-2 on the season. Now, a handful of these teams, a chance to kind of sort out these ties that we see tonight. You see that over the hill, you're going to have Mazama visiting North Valley. And then you've got Phoenix playing Hidden Valley tonight. So a chance for these teams to sort out the ties that we see right now. I'm curious to see how it all shakes out. There is no clear number one team in this conference. I've said it all season long. Hidden Valley used to be the powerhouse, and who knows? They still might be able to figure it out under their new head coach, Reyes Aguilera, as well. But before the start of the season, they had won 40 straight Skyline Conference contests before these Henley Hornets came out and beat them to open the season. That was a huge, momentous win for the Hornets. They haven't looked back. They did lose a heartbreaker over the hill in Merlin not too long ago, but really hoping that they can continue on this trajectory that they're on right now. And same for Klamath Union. Right, they've improved greatly over the past handful of seasons. Last year, winning 4 games in a COVID-shortened season, and they've really, with this young core surrounded by Dianara Pena, you've got a handful of seniors. Anna Mendez, who's been on varsity since she was a sophomore. Cassidy Mahan, who has been on varsity since she was a sophomore. And Sam Garcia, in her second year on varsity, also a senior. All of these girls have seen the transition of this program, now led by John Nahar in his first year. Obviously, Maria Ramirez was the head coach last year and helped kind of start this rebuild for Klamath Union. And here they are. They're ready to compete at the top of the Skyline Conference, showing why tonight they are within 5 points of the Henley Hornets, who in a conference with no number one team, are sort of trying to start to solidify themselves as maybe the favorites. Still a lot of basketball left to be played. The target for both of these teams is the state tournament at Forest Grove High School, which takes place March 12th through the 14th at Forest Grove High School. Yes, at Forest Grove High School. So that is the end goal for both these squads, and it is in both of their crosshairs and in reach for both of these teams. Looking forward to it, but still the second half of basketball to be played tonight. 27-22, the score at half. The Henley Hornets lead.
Selling 50-50 tickets. They're out there in the
Wait, all I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
And welcome you back to the MyBasin.com game of the week. As the Henley Hornets and the Klamath Union Lady Pelicans getting ready for the third quarter. The score 27-22. 5 on the floor for the Hornets. It is Annie Campos, Madeline Sharp, Ryan Maddox, Holly Parker, and Jewel Northcutt as the Hornets started with the ball. The 5 on the floor for the Lady Pelicans. Sam Garcia, Keely Hall, Dianara Pena, Emma Langley, and Alex Slavin. So it's a turnover for Henley to start. And the Lady Pels, led by Dianara Pena with 10 points tonight. She brings the ball up the floor. She kicks it over to Garcia. Garcia throwing it to Langley, top of the key. Langley back to Garcia, now left side. Garcia takes one dribble over to her left and takes one from the 19 feet out, misses it. Campos now racing up the floor. She battles through contact from about 3 Pelicans, won't get it to fall. Loose ball battled for between Garcia and Parker, and it'll be KU ball. Garcia, near side to Pena. Pena guarded by Maddox. Pena bringing it to her left, spins around to her right. Speeds up a little bit, now on the right baseline, throws it near side to Hall, and Northcutt tried to take the ball away from Hall and gets called for a foul. So that is Northcutt's first foul and the first team foul for the Hornets this half. Bouncing it into Garcia. Garcia moving left with it, trying to bounce it to Pena, but Sharp knocked it away. Sharp versus Garcia, one-on-one. She slows down, trying to bounce it outside to Parker. Parker kicking it outside to Sharp, now to Campos, far side. Campos fakes going right, goes left with it instead, goes up with the left hand and gets fouled down low by Pena. I believe that's who the foul is going to be called against, and it is. That's her third foul in the third quarter. Don't want to get her too many more of those. Looks like Cassidy Mahan will check in. Campos misses the first free throw. And so Cassidy Mahan will check in. And second free throw coming up from Campos. No good. A rare 0 for 2 trip at the line from Campos. She gets the ball back after the rebound. throws one up from 16, won't get it, gets her own rebound. That one rolls off the rim and won't fall. Keely Hall gets the board. Cassidy Mahan in transition, throws it ahead to Garcia from 18. Can't get it. Hall saves it from going out of bounds, gets it to Slavin. Slavin high off the glass. That one falls. 2 points for Alex Slavin, her first of the night. Maddox bringing it around the world, now coming near side, kicking it to Northcutt. Northcutt puts it hard on the deck, drives inside, throws up a shot, no good. And Sharp saves it from going out of bounds. But Klamath Union gets it. Emma Langley bouncing it inside to Keely Hall. It's picked away by Maddox. Maddox loses on the dribble. Picked away by Sam Garcia. Now Langley. Langley zipping it over to Slavin. Slavin on that left side. Kicks it out to Mahan. Now Garcia for three. No good. Campos clean the glass. She races up for it. A nice bounce pass inside to Northcutt. She gets hacked on her way up. And we'll head to the line for two. Harbor Isles has the only golfing simulators in the basin. They have over 100 different courses to choose from as well, from the Bandon Dunes to St. Andrews. Warmly located inside the clubhouse, where members pay $6 an hour and non-members pay $10 an hour. You can call them right now for a tee time. And so Garcia checks out and Garcia checks in. So that was Sam Garcia out, and Aaron Garcia, the sophomore, has checked into the game. And the second free throw is good from Northcutt. And Garcia bringing it up the floor. Langley with it now on the far side. She throws it to Mahan, top of the key. Back to Slavin. Slavin at the free throw line, kicking it to Garcia. Garcia moving right with it. Kicks it outside to Slavin. It's picked away by Maddox, and she is active on the defensive end, bothered in a held ball, and possession going the way of the Hornets. And substitution for the Pelicans as Anna Mendez checks in for Emma Langley. Campos bringing the ball up. She decides to come left with it. Dribbles right, steps left again, up with the left hand, and she is so good on that left side is Annie Campos. 14 points for her tonight. Outside to Mahan. Mahan putting it on the deck, kicking it over to Garcia. Anna Harper and Melody Martino checking into the game for the Lady Hornets. Madeline Sharp and Ryan Maddox out of the game. Martino takes a screen to her left, operating at the free throw line, zips it outside to Campos. She's thought about a three, decides to zip it inside to Harper instead. Shot is bothered, rebound goes to Mahan. Mahan, near side to Hall. Hall pump fakes, drives the right baseline, bounces it outside to Mendez from 19. That one won't fall. Hall gets the rebound, it won't go. And finally, the Hornets come away with the rebound, but the ball goes out of bounds. And I believe Martino threw it against Hall's leg, and it will remain Hornets basketball. Campos dribbles into a three immediately, takes it, won't go. And as the ball goes out of bounds, one of the officials tonight, Jeff Sturgeon, signaling it is Klamath Union basketball. Garcia walking it up the floor for the Lady Pelicans. Over to Mendez. Mendez dribbling left, spins around to her right. Now to Mahan. Mahan from 19 won't go. Now Campos dribbles left, takes on that left block, goes up again with the left hand. That time it won't fall, but Northcutt is right there with the follow. 32-24, 3:30 to go in the third. Mendez with it on the far side, throws it to Mahan. Mahan goes left with it on that left block, guarded by Northcutt. Kicks it outside to Garcia. Up with the right hand, won't fall. It's now Campos with it as the Hornets bring it up the floor. Campos again on that left side, steps back, kicks it inside to Northcutt. Fall away shot with the right hand, and she gets it. Lead back up to 10 for the Hornets. Back-to-back buckets for Northcutt, and Coach Nahar taking time. We will too. 34-24, 3 to go in the third. The Hornets lead.
On Top Tree Services have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
Welcome back inside the Hornets' nest on mybasin.com. 34-24. Henley leads Klamath Union. They are led in scoring by 14 points from Annie Campos. And yeah, she has filled up the scorebook. But man, she can get those assists as well. She has done a great job feeding the ball into Jewel Northcutt. She's converted her last 2 shots. Northcutt had a little bit of trouble getting the ball to find the bottom of the net in the first half. But here in the third, she's got 2 buckets. And you can credit the assists on each of those to Annie Campos. All right. And it looks like Pena has checked back into the game for KU. She's operating with 3 fouls. Langley takes a 3, won't go. Northcutt with the rebound. She's bothered, but gets it to Campos. Now Klamath Union looks like they've broken out a little bit of a press. Campos at the free throw line, stops and pops, and it makes it. Campos, 16 points. Pena from way downtown, and she laces it. 13 points for Dianara Pena off that 3. It is now 36-27. Maddox inside from 14. A high floater won't go. Pena now taking it up the floor. She's going to try to get her team back in the game. Steps back, thought about a 3, zips it over to Mahan. Mahan out to Garcia. Garcia with her toe on the line, takes 2. No good. Northcutt gets the rebound. Kicking it ahead to Maddox in transition against Pena. Maddox goes up with her left hand and gets it. Back up to an 11-point game. Maddox has got 10 after that made shot there. Pena brings it up. Takes the screen set by Mahan. Pena bringing it around the near side. She's up on that right block, bothered by Campos. Loses a handle on it, gets it back. Now to Mendez. Mendez thinks about a 3 from the left side over to Langley. Langley puts it on the deck, bringing it around. Goes up with the right hand, and it falls. 38-29. Zip into the front court. Northcutt, nothing but room, and she makes the shot. We are trading buckets here in the third quarter. Now Pena on the other side. She thinks about 3 to Garcia now. She dribbles left, goes right, kicks it back to Pena. Pena now bringing it around to the near side. Goes around to her left. Throws up a shot off the glass. Won't go. She gets her own rebound. Kicks it outside to Mendez for 2. That one won't fall either. Now under a minute to go in the third quarter. Maddox slows things down right in front of the Hornets bench. Kicks it over to Martino. Martino can't corral the pass. Garcia steals it away. Mendez now to Pena as she will bring it up the floor. Pena takes a screen. Another 3 for Dianara Pena. Hits back iron, won't go. Campos in transition with Maddox. Slices up the defense on her way to the rim, and it falls. Campos tonight, 18 points. Only in the third quarter. Pena coming around the right side. 3 seconds now. Goes left. Steps into a 19-foot shot off the glass, no. 42-39, a 13-point lead for the Henley Hornets as we go to the fourth quarter.
Meds. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, the retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
We're back, ready for the fourth quarter of action from Henley High School tonight as the Henley Lady Hornets leading the KLAMATH Union Lady Pelicans 42-29 as we get ready for the fourth quarter. The Hornets led in scoring by who else but Annie Campos with 18 so far tonight. Ryan Maddox has got 10. All right, KLAMATH Union starts with the ball, and we were trading blows a little bit at the end of that third quarter with DNR Pena coming in, sinking a couple shots, and Campos answering right back. Langley doing the same as she throws up a shot. It won't go. She follows her own shot with the rebound. Can't get it to go. Keely Hall gets another shot, and she's fouled, so she'll get 2 chances at the line. Keely Hall, only a sophomore, but she is in her second year on varsity. She got significant rotation minutes last year as a freshman. Now Hall last year known more as a defender and rebounder. She didn't take too many shots last season. It feels like when she did, though, good things tend to happen when she's on the floor. Now as a sophomore, her role has improved within the team. She is not yet a starter as a sophomore, but she is a much improved player. She makes her first free throw, trims the lead to 12. Second free throw from Hall is also good. And that was one of the things she was pretty good at always last year was free throws. All right, Campos brings it up. She thought about 3, tries to carve to the rim and gets fouled. She'll shoot 2. That's a shooting foul. And, oh, they're actually calling that on the floor. 7.5 to go in the fourth. Score 42-31. Inbound pass to Campos. She gets a look at 3. No good. Front of the rim. Battling for the rebound was Northcutt. Campos gets it back. Spins around. She's double teamed. Head fakes. Drives right. Bounces it to Northcutt. She goes up with the shot and gets fouled.
Foul charge to number 22, Sam Garcia, her third personal. For KLAMATH Union team foul. Sending Jewel Northcutt to the line for 2 shots.
Northcutt to the line for 2. Won't go. And I'm looking for a KU student section. Don't see him turn out too much here this evening. It's only about a 15-minute drive from KLAMATH Union High School out here to Henley, if that, really. All right, KLAMATH Union working it up the floor. Pass goes awry, out of bounds. It'll be Henley basketball. Now, I will note that the Henley Band is here tonight. They've played some nice tunes for us in between the kind of breaks this evening. And the student section for the Hornets starting to fill out as well. Campos bringing it up the floor. Parker kicks it out to Maddox. Maddox brings it right, drives all the way to the rim and gets fouled. Maddox will go to the line for 2. She's already got 10 points tonight. Are you looking for work? John Bowers Construction is looking for a lead carpenter who has construction experience and is a problem solver, a bookkeeper, Experience is a plus for that, but they'll train the right person. And they're also looking for a salesperson who can work with customers and help with marketing. You can call 541-205-1464 to apply. Second free throw for Maddox, no good. Pena bringing it up the floor. She's going to be one of the key factors if Klamath Union wants to get back into this game right now, trailing by 11 with 6:52 to go. Mahan dishing it outside to Mendez. Mendez zipping it over to Pena. Spins around, takes one from 18, and that is a friendly bounce around the rim, and it falls. 15 tonight for Pena. On the other side, Campos goes hard and takes, no, that is a charge against Annie Campos. That's her first foul. Third for the Hornets. 14 fouls for KU as we're checking in on those numbers. Pena bringing it up the floor, calls for a screen, instead passes it left to Garcia. Garcia spinning around to her right, backs up, and trying to find an open player, looks like, bouncing it inside to Slavin, who goes up, gets the foul and the bucket. Slavin came alive a little bit in that third quarter. She took some decent shots. Only one of them fell, but now she's got 4 points tonight. And it looks like Anna Harper is going to check in for Jewel Northcutt. All right. Chance to make it a three-point play for Alex Slavin, and she does. Now just an 8-point game, 6:12 to go. Campos bringing it up the floor. Wow, a nice dribble move to the rim, and she puts it up and in. 10-point game. The scoreboard here says 44-36, so I must have missed a score somewhere. Regardless, 44-36 is the score. 5:50 to go in the fourth. Pena trying to get it inside to Mahan, but it's swiped away by Sharp, and she will bring it up the floor. Sharp zipping it over to Maddox. She saves it from going out of bounds and bounces it off of Garcia's leg. It rolls out. Emma Langley, Keely Hall checking in for the Pels. Inbound pass goes to Maddox. She thinks about three, dribbles right, loses a handle on it, and a foul is called, blocking down low. And they're calling the foul on Langley. Her second foul, fifth for the Pels. Inbound pass goes awry. KU gets it. Throw into the front court to Mendez. Off the glass, no good, and a foul. I believe that's going to send Mendez to the line. And that is the fourth foul charge to Sharp. First free throw is good. It's now a 7-point game. Sharp out, Maddox out, Martino in, as is Anna Harper. Second free throw from Mendez won't go. Campos gets the rebound and she'll bring it up. Campos racing up the floor, zipping it inside to Northcutt, and she gets fouled. She'll shoot two. And Campos has this great ability of getting the basketball into Jewel Northcutt, who's got 6 tonight. And every single one of her buckets has been manufactured by a pass from Annie Campos. Free throw from Northcutt, no good. And the second free throw on the way from Northcutt. Won't go. In fact, it is an air ball, so Klamath Union will get a chance to inbound. Pena Bringing it up the floor. She's being hassled by Martino. Dribbles around, goes left with it, steps back, thinks about a three. Is in the double team now, zipping it inside to Hall, who goes up and gets fouled. Game's going back and forth at the free throw line. You knew that free throws were going to become a factor in this game. It is Parker's second foul. 16 fouls apiece. Hall's first free throw is good. And so this comeback for KU, while yes, they've made some nice buckets, has really come down to they're making their free throws and Henley isn't, at least in this fourth quarter. The lead now down to 6, and it stays that way for now. Campos gets the rebound. Now racing up. Campos bringing it along the right side. She goes up with the right hand. That won't go. She gets her own rebound. Falling away with the right hand. That won't go. Rebound goes to Harper, and she gets the shot. 4 points tonight for Harper. Missed bucket on the other end for KU. And it's now back to an 8-point game with 4.5 to go. Campos moving up. Goes up, tries to lay it in, can't get it. Pena gets the rebound, tries to get it over to Mahan. Last touched by Martino as it goes out of bounds. And Slavin is going to check back in, as is Maddox for KU and Henley. Pena bringing it up the floor, kicking it over to Langley. Langley puts it on the deck, crosses to go to her left, trying to drive left baseline, zipping it inside to Hall. Hall trying to find an open player. She gets mauled by Northcutt, no call down low. And again, Martino feeling some contact. And bringing it up the floor now is Campos. Campos bouncing it inside to Northcutt. Battle down low, and finally a whistle is blown on the other end. And Coach Nahar is trying to plead his case with Craig Caldwell. And a lot of contact on the other end of the floor. And take your pick of potential fouls, but regardless, Langley goes to the line to shoot 1-and-1. Free throw no good, rebound snagged by Campos. Langley is going to follow her all the way up the floor. Campos puts on the deck, a nice feed to Northcutt. She can't convert. Rebound is going to go out of bounds, last touched by KU. And so Harper to inbound. Tries to find Northcutt down low. It's knocked away. Langley takes it. Kicks it ahead to Slavin. Slavin to Pena. Pena bringing it around the near side. Crosses up. Step back. Kicks it over to Mahan. Mahan to Langley. Langley, three-point shot. Back iron, no good. Rebound snagged by Maddox. And Martino, double team. Still a loose ball. Campos wrestling for it now, and she gets it. Campos bringing it up the floor. She loses a handle. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession, Henley. And these balls that are being missed and scrambled for, players are ending up on the floor. And yes, this game needs to reset. We are taking time. 46-38, 3:08 to go in the fourth. The Hornets lead.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
All right, we welcome you back to the MyMason.com Game of the Week as the Henley Hornets taking on the KLAMATH Union Pelicans this evening. 46-38, the score in the fourth quarter of this girls varsity basketball matchup. And right now Henley leads. There's a bit of a turn of events in this fourth quarter so far. There's been a lot of loose balls, players ending up on the floor, players bumping into each other. We've had a lot of free throws. Henley's in the bonus. Klamath Union is one foul away from the bonus. Inbound pass immediately to Martino from 17, and it falls. 10-point game. Melody Martino adding to the team's total. She has now got 4 tonight. And Pena loses a handle on it. Martino having to deal with a double team. Campos brings it up from 13. Back iron no good. She gets her own rebound, puts it on the deck, goes up with her left hand, and that won't go. Keeley Hall gets the rebound. Hall bringing it up the floor on the near side, hands it to Mendez. Mendez takes a screen, moving right, zipping it over to Slavin. Slavin back to Mendez. Now she puts on the deck, trying to drive baseline, and foul called against Maddox. And that is the 8th Henley team foul, and for Maddox, her 3rd. And so that will send Anna Mendez to the line. Only 3 points on the evening, and it came on 1-3 in the first half. She misses her first free throw here. Second free throw was also no good. So it will remain a 10-point game as Henley brings it up the floor. Campos and Pena, 2 of the best players in the league, going back and forth tonight. Maddox with a mid-range float shot. That won't go, and held ball, possession, Klamath Union. So Langley checks in, and out goes Slavin. And Pena brings it up. Dribbling left. Takes a 3. Pena laces it. 7-point game. Dianara Pena with 18. Campos dribbling left. Kicks it outside to Maddox. She tries to answer back with 3, and it won't fall. Loose ball. Possession stays with the Hornets. And I think they're going to get Mendez with a foul that will put Klamath Union into the bonus. And I believe, is that foul against? Okay, so that foul was against Martino. My apologies. That's her first and the 9th team foul for the Hornets. KU almost into that double bonus territory. Pena bringing it up the floor. Dribbles left. Kicks it to Langley. Langley trying to get it inside to Hall. And a foul is called. Keeley Hall is going to go to the line to shoot 1-1. Well, actually, that should put them into the double bonus. So this is 2 free throws coming up for Keeley Hall, who is perfect from the line so far tonight. Maddie Sharp checks back in. She comes in with 4 fouls. Northcutt takes a seat with 4 fouls. And here's the first free throw from Keeley Hall. Won't go. She will have a chance to make it a 6-point game with a made free throw here. And that one does go. 48-42. They are coming down to the wire. Campos dribbling left for Henley. Spins around to her right. Hands it out to Maddox. Maddox kicks it back over to Campos. Campos bringing it inside from 12. That one won't go. Rebound is going to be grabbed by Henley's Parker, and she is going to be going to the line for 2. That's the 7th team foul for KU, so Henley now in the bonus.
7th team foul. Sends Holly Parker to the line for 2 shots.
A couple free throws here would go a long way. The first one doesn't go. Timeout called by Coach Nahar. We'll take 1-2. In the fourth quarter, 1:21 to go. It's a 6-point game, and Henley leads.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
And welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. 48-42 the score. A 6-point game with 1:21 to go. The Hornets lead, and they will get one more free throw here off the hand of Parker. Second free throw is no good. The Hornets snag their own rebound. Sharp trying to find Maddox, but it's stolen away by Mahan. Klamath Union with some life. Hall kicking it over to Langley. Langley bringing it up off the glass. No good. Rebound snagged by Campos. Campos being followed all the way up the court. She's feeling the pressure in front of the Hornets bench. She's got to get the ball out of there, and she will call time. Well, Coach Denson calls time. We'll stick with you through this one. So 48-42 is the score with 59 seconds to go in the fourth. Henley right now is led in scoring by an 18-point night from Annie Campos, 18 from DNR Pena as well. It's just been the supporting cast from Henley that has outlasted the supporting cast from Klamath Union tonight. Although Annie Campos has done quite a fair bit of distributing the ball as well, creating some shots for Ryan Maddox, and all 6 of Jewel Northcutt's points, which is the difference between these two teams right now is 6 points. So you look at some of these assists that Campos has gotten. She has created the difference along with her team this evening. They lead by 6 as the teams are back out onto the floor. Henley starts with it. And the inbound pass is going to go to Maddox in the far corner. Maddox brings it around, kicks it to Campos. Campos brings it around left side, dribbles back, now switches to her right, then left hand now. Coming around, goes up with the right hand, won't get it. Rebound, Klamath Union, and a foul called down low on Annie Campos. Klamath Union, some free throws here. And really, well, there is 44 seconds left, but you'd rather keep the Pelicans shooting free throws than shooting threes, as they have been shooting the three ball fairly well tonight, including DNR Pena, who's made 4 triples this evening. Cassidy Mahan toes the line. She faces the ruckus Henley student section and makes the first free throw. And so the second free throw coming up now from Mahan. That one is also good. 4-point game with 44 seconds to go. Campos bringing it up the floor. Now she goes left. She likes the left side. Steps back. Bringing it around, back top of the key, now to Maddox. 31 seconds. Henley, I'm sure, is content to play as slow as they can, and a foul is called on Mendez. Looks like we finally get to see the KU student section. They filled up right there behind where Henley is shooting some free throws. Campos' first throw is no good, but Madeline Sharp steps out of bounds with it. KU gets the ball, 25 seconds. And any kind of points here goes a long way, especially with how Henley's been shooting free throws tonight. It has not been their night from the penalty stripe. Pena bringing up the floor. They don't have a lot of time to operate, and they've got to look for any kind of bucket. Pena on the right side, steps back, now to Mahan. Mahan from 18 feet, that won't go. Battle for the rebound, and Foul is called on Cassidy Mahan. And that will send Madeline Sharp to the line. Mahan, at least by my count, her night is complete after her 5th foul there. At least, no, that's her 3rd. Apologies. Free throw here would almost seal the game. Trying to make it 6 points with 13 seconds left. Oh man, people just, camera etiquette, just walking in front of it. All right, the second free throw is also good. 50-44, 6-point game, 13 seconds left. Pena is gonna have to work quickly. Brings it around the far side, steps back, 3-pointer, Dianara Pena. She tries to bank it in, can't get it, gets her own rebound, puts it on the deck, tries to go up with the shot, it won't go, ball game. 50-44 the final. Henley escapes with a victory. We'll be back to talk about it all coming up next on the postgame show on mybasin.com. And I think we're going to be joined by Alex Stork as well in the postgame show, and at least for the start of the boys' game coming up next on mybasin.com.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quad-Track tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
All right, welcome back to the mybasin.com Game of the Week as the Henley Hornets defeating Klamath Union 50-44. The Hornets led in scoring tonight by who else but Annie Campos with 18. Ryan Maddox contributed 10 points of her own this evening on the Hornets' way to league win number 3. They've improved to 3-1 on the season. Klamath Union is falling to 2-2 on the year. And Coach, I'm going to have you come around right here as Alex Stork is going to be joining us for the boys broadcast, which begins in just a second. Going to take a break. We'll talk about the girls game with Coach Stork, and then we'll get ready for the boys contest on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
All right, here we go. Welcome in, everybody, to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. My name is Josh Eldridge. I'm joined by Alex Stork this evening and Nicholas Bradford running the live stream. Coach, we just got done with the girls varsity game. You guys pulled out a win, so before we talk about this boys contest we got coming up, tell me a little bit about what you saw as a coach in that game. You guys just won 50-44.
Yeah, it was an exciting back and forth game. I thought both teams did a really nice job down the stretch. I thought we were able to stay composed in the fourth quarter there, right, those last couple minutes, and KU did a nice job. Gave us everything we could handle there at the end, and they made some tough shots, but able to take care of the ball late and come out on the right side of it.
So now we got this boys contest here. Both these teams are kind of primed to take position in the Skyline Conference. Klamath Union obviously going undefeated last year, and these Henley boys on a bit of a roll. It should be a fun night of basketball.
Yeah, I think so. You know, KU and Henley the last 3 years really, despite the COVID year, have been the top teams in the Skyline. So I really expect this game tonight to probably be indicative of how the Skyline is going to turn out at the end of the year.
Without a doubt. We're going to take a quick look at the Skyline Conference standings when we return, and we'll also take a look at around the conference this evening, a handful of other games going on in the Skyline Conference. But keep it here, the Klamath Union Pelicans and the Henley Hornets going at it tonight at Henley High School.
On Top Tree Service, one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon, soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
And we welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. We're coming to you live this evening from the Hornets' Nest on the campus of Henley High School. My name is Josh Eldridge, joined by Alex Stork this evening and Nick Bradford running the live stream on MyBasin.com. Klamath Union Pelicans and the Henley Hornets, sort of a battle for the top of the Skyline Conference. Just take a quick look at the standings now. Henley leads the pack, 3-0, 10-5 overall. They're ranked 9th in the state. Klamath Union comes in at second place in the conference. They are 2-1, 7-6 overall this year. Mazama and Hidden Valley each tied for that 3-4 spot, 1-1. And Mazama 7-8 overall, so they have the edge in terms of the overall record. The Mustangs 3-9. Phoenix is 1-2, and North Valley still looking for that first win. They are 0-15 on the season and 0-3 in league play. Chance for some of these teams to figure it out, though, and maybe break some ties. We've got Hidden Valley visiting Phoenix tonight, and we've got Mazama visiting North Valley this evening. So making up for a competitive conference, Alex, and should be a lot of fun tonight. These two teams have a lot of history. Klamath Union beat them twice last year. The year before that, they split. You know these teams want to get at each other. Oh, absolutely. It's fun in this rivalry in particular because there's so many coaches
on the Henley staff that were KU alumni.
Am I looking at one?
You're looking at one here. I graduated from Klamath Union. Coach Denson, the head coach for the girls team, graduated from KU. Coach Loney graduated from KU. So there's a lot of history, like you said, between these two teams.
Should definitely be a lot of fun. Klamath Union came out last week and lost to a Hidden Valley team that these Henley boys beat 73-17. So Klamath Union, who is a defending champion, they've had their struggles this year, and Henley seems to be kind of hitting a groove, right? They've won their 3 straight. They've beaten everyone in the conference so far. Hoping for more of the same from the Henley boys, who, you mentioned it when you saw the stats, they share the ball extremely well.
They do, and I really think the non-conference schedule has helped them find their identity. They played as tough a non-conference schedule as I've seen since I've been here. They got to play some of the top teams in the state, the top 2 teams in the state at our level, and then they played 2 5A teams as well this year. So they've been really battle tested. But in the Skyline, they haven't started out 4-0, I don't think, Coach Hammond said, in a handful of years. So this will be a really good test, and probably the best test that they've had so far.
Absolutely. KU looking to spoil that. They're led by Coach Ed Case, I believe his 5th season. And he's turned this program around. I mean, from about a middle-of-the-pack Skyline Conference team to coming in 2nd place a couple of years ago in the COVID-shortened season, undefeated. They go and they lose to Cascade in the playoffs, but he's done a fantastic job with this program too.
He has. He really has. He's built a really strong staff around him, and he's also done a great job in the offseason with his players. And everybody I talked to over at Klamath Union really thinks highly of Coach Case, his staff, and his program. And I've been so impressed by the teams that he's had over the last few years, and also the adjustments that he's made in game and then game to game in the off-season preparation as well. So he's done a great job.
Really looking forward to some great high school basketball tonight. The Henley Hornets getting ready to take on the Klamath Union Pelicans in a Skyline Conference matchup. Going to take one more quick break, and when we come back, we are ready for starting lineups and tip from the Hornets' nest.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quad-Track tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor. It's CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
And we welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Getting ready for a Skyline Conference contest this evening between the hometown Henley Hornets and the visiting Klamath Union Pelicans. Just about ready for starting lineups this evening. Would like to remind you that this game is also brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of an essential safety checklist. That's why Les Schwab does more than install just tires and wheels. You can come on in for a free pre-trip safety check. They're going to help make sure that everything is in working order at Les Schwab Tires. They've got 3 locations in the Basin, on Washburn Way, on South 6th Street, and out in Merrill. They've been doing the right thing since 1952. Get ready to meet the teams here in just a moment. Klamath Union Pelicans, coached by Ed Case, and the Henley Hornets, led by Luke Hammond.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Henley High School, welcome to the Hornets.
And as they talk about the OSAA official pledge, would also like to mention that the OSAA is looking for new athletic officials. So if you're looking to stay in shape and be involved in a sport you love and earn a bit of money on the side, you can become an athletic official. There is a shortage of officials in Oregon. We need you now more than ever, so you can visit osaa.org/officials for more information to get registered. And now it's time to meet the starting lineups for the visiting Klamath Union Pelicans. Number 5, a junior standing 6'3", Antonio Ortiz. Number 10, a junior standing 6 foot, Javin Zumwalt. Number 11, a senior standing 5'8", Pablo Macias. Number 30, a senior 6'2", Von Wata. And finally, a senior standing 6'4", Mauricio Alexander. Again, the Klamath Union Pelicans are coached by Ed Case. Oh, we haven't done the lights out here in a while.
No, it's been a while, a couple years at least.
Time now to meet the starting 5 for the Henley Hornets. Number 4, a senior standing 6'1", Drew Frank. Number 10, a senior 5'8", Eli Hayes. Number 14, a junior 6'1", Shaw Stork. Number 22, a junior 6'2", Owen Sheen. And number 32, the big man down low, 6'4", junior Austin Fitz. Henley Hornets are coached by Luke Hammond.
It's neon night tonight in the Hornets' nest. So
love seeing that student section always turn out.
Yeah, haven't seen a student section like that in a couple years, so it's fun to have all the swarm here.
What was it, Cowboy Night last home game? Are they doing Spirit Weeks every single home game, or is it just here and there?
I think in league every single home game.
Gotcha, well that's exciting. All right, we are ready for basketball this evening.
That was a quick jump.
So it was a quick jump and
got a popcorn spill over there on the in
well,
front of the student
didn't get too far into things, did we now? So it looks like we're going to start this game inbounded on the near side as Zumwalt gets it to Macias. The Pelicans tonight going from right to left, wearing their new red uniforms this year, making their debut in the Hornets' nest. All right, Zumwalt zipping it over now to Ortiz. Back to Zumwalt. He's top of the key, guarded by Stork. Kicking it out to Macias. He puts it on the deck at the free throw line. Right elbow, head fakes. Tries to kick it out to Zumwalt, and the Pelicans will reset. Zumwalt brings it up, kicks it to Watan near side. Watan zips it over to Macias. Macias had a 30-point game earlier this season. He's guarded by Sheen on the near side. Kicking it now to Alexander. Alexander to Zumwalt. 27 feet out. Zipping it to Ortiz. Ortiz to Macias once more. Macias head fakes back to Ortiz. Hands it back to Macias on the right side. Alexander puts it on the deck. He makes a nice move to the bucket, and Klamath Union strikes first this evening. They lead 2-0 with 7:08 to go. Stork answers quickly back on the other side, and we are knotted at 2. Picking up the pace early. Macias kicks into the front court to Wata. Back to Macias. He tries to direct traffic now on the left side. Guarded by Sheen, bouncing it to Wata. He throws it over to Ortiz. Now to Zumwalt, far side. Zumwalt guarded by Stork. Back to Ortiz. Ortiz to Alexander. Alexander standing 6'4". A 3 taken by Macias, and he knocks it down. That's what he's known for. He can create the shot inside, but Pablo knocking down 3 there.
I was able to talk with Coach Hammond before the game, and he told me to watch number 11, Pablo. He said he was the guy that they've been talking about all week long, the one they wanted to stop.
Hayes bouncing it to Frank near side. Frank puts it on the deck, spins around to his right, goes strong with the right hand off the glass. It's 5-4, 6:17 to go in the first. Macias steps to his left, kicks it outside to Ortiz. Zumwalt takes going left, goes right now to Alexander. Macias in the near corner. Dribbling around Sheen, has it picked out of his hand, and possession will stay with KU. Henley tonight, of course, in their home white uniforms with the yellow numbering and navy blue trim. Alexander, step back mid-range, won't go. Hayes gets the board. Hayes zipping it near side to Stork. He fakes going right, goes left with it, tries to go up, and Alexander cleans it off the glass. Now Wata in transition against Hayes, throws it up, and it won't go. Frank gets the board. In transition to Sheen. Sheen goes up with it. That one rolls off the rim. Battling for the board down low is Austin Fitz, and he puts it back up and in. Wata now on the other side for KU. Kicking it to Macias. Macias near side, throws it to Wata. Wata kicks it outside to Alexander. Now to Zumwalt. Ortiz far side. Bouncing it inside to Wata. Wata in the double team goes up with it, kicks it to Alexander. He tries to go up with it. Nice defense by Fitz down low, and he gets the rebound. Stork brings it to the rim, kicks it out to Frank. Open look at three from the corner, won't go. Alexander cleans the glass. Macias kicking it ahead to Wata. Back to Macias. 6-5, under 5 to go in the first. Henley leads. Back to Alexander. He steps back. And now to Macias once more. To Alexander. Alexander kicking it to Wata in the far corner. Catch and shoot three for Wata. Won't go. Fitz with the board. Stork brings it across the timeline for the Hornets. Getting it inside to Fitz. He puts it on the deck. Battles through contact from Walker. And he will be sent to the line for two.
Fitz always does a really nice job of running the floor. For a big guy, I don't think there's anybody in the conference that runs up and down as well. He does offensively and defensively. He's really active.
He stands 6'4", already has 2 points tonight. He misses his first chance at the line. He will get one more.
I've been impressed with number 3, Mauricio Alexander, so far for Klamath Union. He's such a quick jumper, really active on both sides. They're doing a good job of moving the ball, getting him touches inside.
Fitz's second free throw is good. And Boersma checks into the game. So far this season for Boersma, he's averaging 4 points per game. However, in conference play, he's averaging near 13 points a game. He's really come alive the last handful of games. Zumwalt to Macias now on the other side as the Hornets lead 7-5 with 4:18 to go in the first quarter. Ortiz along the far side tries to find some room inside. Hayes gets a hand on it. KU gets it back, kicks it out to Zumwalt. Zumwalt now to Alexander from 18. That one's off the front of the rim, no good. Stork gets the board. Has to battle through some contact to bring it up the floor, kicks it to Sheen. Sheen slows things down for the Hornets to Frank. Now Stork on the far side, zipping it inside to Boersma. Puts it on the deck, goes up with the left, it won't go. And Alexander cleans the boards. Zumwalt driving the right side, bounces it back outside to Macias. To Zumwalt in the near corner. He puts it on the deck, trying to battle through. Bouncing it outside to Alexander. He kicks it to Ortiz, back to Alexander, now to Macias near side. Bothered by Sheen, he kicks it to Wata, top of the key. Coach Hammond taking time, we will too. 7-5 the score, 3:30 to go in the first. The Hornets lead.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
And we welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week. 104.3 and 960 Sports. We enter the first quarter with 3:30 to go in the first period. 7-5, the Hornets lead. They've got the same 5 on the floor. Sheen, Boersma, Frank, Stork, and Hayes. Macias bringing it near side for KU. Macias trying to bring it around the right side, loses the handle on it. Outside to Ortiz, he zips it to Zumwalt. Now to Ortiz once more, to Wata, back to Ortiz. Zumwalt now near side. He thought about 3, head fakes, goes right with it, kicks it to Wata. Macias in the far corner, drives baseline, goes up with the right hand, can't get it, battle for the loose ball, is picked up by Sheen. Sheen brings it to the left. He tries to find an open teammate, but ends up getting fouled on, well, they're going to call it a shooting foul. And it's going to be against Von Wata. He picks up his first. That is the third KU team foul. Henley still hasn't picked one up yet. And Sheen heads to the line. Henley, as a squad so far this year, only shooting 55% from the penalty stripe. Sheen will surely improve that number there.
Coach Hammond did mention that free throws have been a point of emphasis headed into conference play. He says the last couple of years it's prevented them from winning some close games. So want to knock down their free throws.
Luke Bennett is checked into the game as Sheen nails his second free throw, extends the lead now to 4, 9-5. Wata on the other side, kicks it to Macias. Macias zipping it outside to Ortiz. Zumwalt now in the far corner. Dribbles back to Ortiz, top of the key. Wata around the world as Macias gets it inside. Eventually, Alexander puts it on the deck. He goes up and Fitz denies him. Boersma now in transition. Dribbles it off the foot of Ortiz and he picks it up. Macias zipping it to Alexander in transition. He goes up, gets the hoop and the harm.
Great finish. He really runs the floor well.
He's got very long arms, so able to fight through that contact really easily.
Does. Very good find. He ran the floor and stayed wide. Good finish at the basket. Gets a chance at one.
He makes the free throw. And Jackson Murhoff checks into the game. He stands 6'5". You see Murhoff with that knee brace. A couple of years ago in his sophomore year, he tore his ACL. He missed football and then his junior year of basketball and finally back as a senior. He's worked hard to get here. Hayes kicking it to Sheen on the other side for Henley. And he finds Hayes in the far corner. Hayes comes inside over to Boersma. High off the glass, won't go. Murhoff battles for the rebound. In transition to Macias. Macias over to Ortiz. He puts it off the glass and gets the bucket. We are knotted at 9.
Really nice drive by Macias. Coach Hammond talked all week long about keeping them out of the paint, trying not to let them get paint touches inside on dribble penetration. And that time he did a nice job dumping it off for an easy bucket.
Owen Sheen on the other side, a long three, front iron no good. Now in transition, Wata, open look at three, that one won't go, Sheen grabs the board. 10-9, a minute 35 to go, KU leads in the first. Luke Bennett shot the ball very well last time out against Mazama and North Valley. As a pass intended for Hayes goes awry, lands right in the hands of Alexander on the KU bench. So Macias will pick it up right in front of the KU bench. Take a screen coming to the near side, over to Ortiz. Tries to put it on the deck from the left elbow. Now Macias beyond the arc. Slows things down, he's guarded by Bennett. Over to Watan, near corner, back to Macias. Takes the Murhoff screen coming left. Bounces it over to Zumwalt. Zumwalt thinks three, pops from the left elbow, and that one drains it. Zumwalt, a pair of points for him tonight, that's his first. Under a minute now to go in a 12-9 ball game, KU leads. Bouncing it over to Bennett. Now back to Hayes, to Boersma near corner. Boersma puts it on the deck, bounces it outside to Bennett. Bennett goes up with the right, won't go after a block from Murhoff, goes out of bounds, last touched by Ortiz.
Really nice block on that play by Ortiz.
Seen a couple of nice defensive plays by both teams early, getting up and blocking these shots.
Yeah, a lot of quick jumpers.
Bennett takes the inbound, top of the key, now to Hayes. Hayes thought about three, zips it to Sheen on the right side. Sheen fakes going right, goes left, over to Hayes, far corner, three, and it's good, ties the game. 12 all with 20 seconds to go in the first after that Eli Hayes three. And KU, I'm sure, content to take the last shot of the quarter unless Macias can create something else. Gets it to Murhoff, a nice feed. Off the glass, won't go. Macias gets the rebound. 7 seconds now. Macias has a clean look at three. Back iron, no good. This time the rebound's grabbed by Sheen. 2 seconds to go, and he will let the clock run out. We are knotted at 12 after one. You've got the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
And we welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3, 960 Sports. The Hornets and the Pelicans tied heading into the second quarter. The five on the floor for Henley: Shaw Stork, Luke Bennett, Austin Fitz, Owen Sheen, and Eli Hayes. And for the Pelicans, it is Pablo Macias, Javin Zumwalt, Silas Dutra, Von Wata, and Mauricio Alexander. As the Hornets start with the ball, it's Eli Hayes as he steps into a three-point shot, and that one just rattles out. Rebound snagged by Stork. And he brings it around near side. Stork trying to drive inside, spins around, kicks it outside to Sheen. Sheen goes right from the left elbow, off the glass, won't go, and Alexander skies for the board. Macias kicks it ahead to Wata. Back to Macias, now to Dutra. Dutra kicking it to Alexander in the far corner. Finally finds its way to Zumwalt, the near side. Brings it around to the right, bouncing it outside to Wata. Head fakes a three to Macias in the corner. And he tries to go up and gets called a foul down low. And with how fast that first quarter was, not too many fouls called. It was a pretty clean quarter.
No, it had a good flow to the game. I think they got three really good officials tonight, three of the better officials in the association, and they've kept a good flow to the game, but both teams have been playing really clean basketball.
All right, Macias to inbound underneath his own basket. Gets it to Wata, now to Zumwalt, top of the key to Dutra. Dutra bringing it around to the right, now to Wata. To Alexander, guarded by Fitz. Zumwalt, catch and shoot three, top of the key, front iron, no good. Sheen skies for the rebound. Still tied at 12, 6:45 to go in the first. Outside to Hayes, steps into three, won't go. And the rebound goes out of bounds, possession stays with the Hornets. Three-point shooting for the Hornets is only about 32%. They don't take that many threes, though. Stork, it's the inbound pass. He dives straight to the rim and lays it up and in. Stork with 4 points tonight after that made hoop there. Macias trying to drive the lane, carve up the defense, and Owen Sheen goes up and cleans it off the glass.
Pablo's so hard to keep out of the paint. When he gets paint touches, they do a really nice job of spotting up for three-point shots. So good job by Owen there recovering for a block shot.
Macias bouncing it into Dutra. He hands it back outside to Macias, who bounces around the three-point arc. Step back three for Macias. That one rattles home. KU takes the lead. 15-14, 6:18 to go in the second. 6 points for Macias tonight on two made threes.
Does a really nice job creating shots, even with a little bit of space. Can't give him any.
Hayes bouncing it inside to Fitz, who goes to work down low on the glass. Won't get that one to go, and Dutra gets the rebound. And Pablo is very good at creating his own shot. Wata over to Alexander. Has it picked away by Hayes. One-on-one in transition against Wata. Hayes goes up, gets fouled. No bucket. He will shoot two.
Foul charge to number 30, Wata, his second, 14th foul.
Foul charge to Wata. That's his second, fourth team foul for KU as Ortiz gets ready to check in the game. Free throw from Hayes is no good. And Boersma checks in.
Really good half-court, excuse me, Josh.
Oh, go ahead.
Really good half-court possessions both sides so far this game. I've been impressed with the half-court offense on both sides. Some fast-break basketball, but a lot of good half-court possessions on both sides leading to good shots.
Hayes' second free throw is good, knotting us up at 15, and Joe Sudi was the other substitution in for the Hornets. Bouncing it over to Alexander, and a little bit of a miscommunication, saved from going out of bounds by Ortiz, but Boersma comes away with the loose ball. Boersma trying to take it strong. It gets knocked out of bounds, last touched by Boersma, and it'll be KU ball. Murhoff checking into the game, and it looks like Alexander will take a seat on the bench.
It's quite an athletic save that we just saw here on the sideline.
Right, without a doubt. I mean, diving for it practically into the fans. All right, Zumwalt with it, bouncing it to Murhoff, top of the key, zipping it to Ortiz near side. Ortiz puts it on the deck, kicks it back outside to Murhoff. Macias on the far side, head fakes a mid-range shot, takes one from 8. It's no good. Murhoff gets the rebound, goes back up with it, gets fouled, and he will shoot 2.
Murhoff has really been rebounded well tonight for KU. It's been a difference maker in the second quarter.
He gives supreme effort on the glass, and it creates a lot of second chance opportunities for him. And he's put himself at the line here with 5:13 to go in the first half. We are knotted at 15. Murhoff's first free throw is good.
It's fun to see so many athletes on both teams that play so many other sports. I can see so many guys on both sides that played football. Ortiz was a great football player, Murhoff too. So just so great to see guys playing other sports, competing against each other.
Murhoff 2 for 2 from the line, 17 to 15, 5:09 to go in the first half. Boersma with it now. And gives it to Stork. Stork fakes going left, takes it right, kicks it out to Sudi for 3. That one rattles off the boards. And Dutra with the rebound. Tries to get it to Ortiz in transition, but it's stolen out of midair by Hayes. He goes up for the shot on the other side, can't get it. Stork gets the rebound. Goes out of bounds. Possession Henley. That's a heads-up play by Hayes in the half court there.
That was a wonderful play. He is such a quick jumper. He's the state champion triple jumper last year, and he showed you why there.
Bouncing it to Frank on the inbound pass. Getting it to Stork. Over to Hayes in the far corner. For 3. That one a lot of bounces, but it won't go. Possession KU. All right, Macias brings it across the timeline for the Pels. They lead by 2, 17-15, 4.5 to go in the first half. Dutra bouncing it over to Macias. Bringing it around the left side. Zipping it inside to Murhoff. He tries to go up, but he's bothered by Frank. Frank up to Stork in transition. Won't get it. Saves it from going out of bounds. Still a loose ball on the other end. I think Stork has it. He's surrounded by a flock of Pelicans. Kicking it outside to Frank. Frank driving the baseline. Pump fakes, goes up with the shot, and a travel.
Oh, man, what a possession that was.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times the ball almost went out of bounds on that possession. Pablo Macias bringing it up for the Pels. Kicks it over to Zumwalt. Zumwalt and Pablo Macias have played every minute of the ball game so far. Macias puts it on the deck, drives baseline, kicks it outside to Dutra. He can't quite corral the pass. Eventually Zumwalt gets it, drives right baseline. High right-hand floater, won't go. And Stork has to battle for it. He gets fouled by Zumwalt trying to scuffle for the rebound. And that'll be the 6th KU team foul.
Been a little bit harder to buy buckets this quarter for both teams. Getting a little more physical because of it.
Hayes walks it up the floor for the Hornets. Brings it to the right side, kicks it to Stork, top of the key. He drives on that left block. Inside to Boersma, who goes up with it and fouled by Murhoff. He'll shoot 2. Kind of the same thing that happened in the girls' game. When the game gets tight, kind of start trading trips to the free throw line, and if you're able to make them now, it'll come back and pay off later. In the girls' game, it was kind of during the 3rd and 4th quarter. Now we're seeing it here in the 2nd as Boersma makes the 1st.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Hammond talks about it all the time. The team that makes the buckets at the basket and makes more free throws is usually going to be the team that comes out on the right end of the scoreboard.
Chance to tie the game for Boersma. Can't convert. Murhoff grabs the rebound. Macias brings it across for the Pels. Kicks it over to Zumwalt. Zumwalt to Dutra. Top of the key. Thinks about a 3, then thinks twice. Kicks it to Macias. Back to Ortiz. Ortiz to Macias once more. Driving inside, and it's swatted away by Sheen again. Battle for the loose ball. Picked up by Boersma, and Hayes grabs it. Sheen has done a great job protecting the rim tonight. Stork will travel.
Just picked up that pivot foot.
And these kind of things happen when you play against a fast team. You try to pick up the pace yourself a little bit, and I think that's why we're seeing a lot of these scrambles for loose balls and a little bit of sloppy passing for both teams. They're trying to play quick.
Yeah, it seems like Henley's adjusted this year and become more of a full court, push the ball tempo team. And the years past, they've been more of a half court offense team. But I feel like the coaches have done a good job adjusting to the personnel they have.
In transition, Sheen with a bucket all to himself, and he gets it.
He wanted that one. He's been talking all year long that he's going to get one.
Probably better to just take the safe layup on that one, though.
I think so, too. I know Coach Hammond would think so.
All right, score 20-17 with 2.5 to go in the second. Ball goes out of bounds, possession Hornets. And my apologies, it's not 20-17, it is 18-17. Hornets still lead. Hayes to inbound. Gonna find Sheen, top of the key. Getting it inside to Stork. Stork spins around to his right, fades away with the right hand, and that one drops. Stork has got 6 points tonight. He leads the Hornets. 2:10 to go in the first half, 20-17. That is the correct score now. Dutra bringing it around near side. Kicks it to Alexander. Bouncing it inside to Macias from 10, and that one won't quite go. Murhoff gets the rebound, tries to put it back, and will head to the line. He's his third and fourth free throws coming up. He's a perfect 2 for 2 thus far.
There he is again, crashing the boards, being really active, giving KU second chance opportunities. Done a really nice job. Come in, played with a lot of effort and energy.
Picking the right path can make the journey easier, the distance shorter, and can assure that you end up at the right place. Whether you're dreaming of owning a home or just want a great checking account, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union can help you reach your goals. Murhoff missed the first chance at the free throw line. He got his second coming up. They asked Frank to tuck in his jersey, I think.
You see a lot of that. A lot of rolled up shorts these days and a lot of untucked jerseys. I guess those are just the trends.
Murhoff's second free throw is good. He makes it a 2-point game. 20-18. A minute 55 to go in the second. Henley leads. Stork kicking it outside to Hayes, far corner. Pump fakes 3, inside to Sheen. Has that ball picked away by Macias, but Sheen recovers. Picks it up beyond the 3-point arc. Steps into one. Off the glass, no good. And Zumwalt's going to grab the rebound. Macias bringing it up. He steps into a 3 and answers. 21-20. Macias, 9 points tonight on 3 3-pointers. Stork on the other side goes up with the right hand and shoots over Murhoff, and he gets him right back. Stork with 8 points tonight, and the Hornets take time. 22-21. Henley leads with a minute 17 to go in the first half.
Trying to lose some weight and get in shape? Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club provides a clean and friendly workout environment with professional and experienced staff to help you achieve your goals. They offer state-of-the-art equipment, indoor tennis and pickleball courts, certified personal trainers, tons of group exercise classes. They're the best exercise facility in the Klamath Basin. Plus, they now have a smoothie bar to give you a nutritious boost after your workout. See?
Back on 104.3 and 960 Sports, and we're talking about it. Macias creating his own shot there, but Hammond calling time. He said he looked a little bit hot. What'd you see, Coach?
So a lot of what's talked about in your defensive scheme is ball screen coverages. And on that time, it looked like the guy that screened for Macias gave him a little too much space. He was able to turn the corner and get a shot with about 3 to 4 feet. But with Macias, you can't give him that much room.
So he will start with the ball. His team trailing by 1. Macias does have 9 tonight on 3 3-pointers. Wata being bothered by Sheen at the big H here at the Hornets' nest at half court. Macias dribbles into another 3 and catches Lace on the way down. 12 points tonight for Pablo on 4 3-pointers. His team leads by 2.
You cannot give him an inch. He is such a competitor. Fun to watch him play basketball.
Stork on the other side gets fouled by Alexander. And that's his second, 7th team foul for KU. And we were talking about in the pregame, Pablo just does such a good job of creating his own shot. That's what he did in that possession there, and he's done it 3 other times tonight.
He plays with such confidence.
Well, when you think every shot's going to go in, it might as well.
Yeah, and he does. and he's got the ultimate green light too, which helps. But the confidence he plays with, his teammates really feed off of that. That's why he's the catalyst for their team.
Frank checks out, and Fitz comes in. I believe Boersma's in as well for shooting. Stork's second free throw is no good. And so the score remains 24-22. KU leads. Macias with the right hand, can't get that one to go. Rebound taken by Stork. And he is going to bring it up the floor for the Hornets. Hands it off to Sheen, top of the key. Sheen fakes going right, goes left. Instead bounces it inside to Fitz. Loose ball picked up by Boersma, battles for it, off the glass, and it falls. Tie game, 24 all. Boersma's got 3 points tonight, and a steal in transition for Hayes. The Hornets a chance to take the lead to close the first half. 9 seconds now, Hayes against Macias from half court. 6 seconds now, 5, and a Fitz screen for Hayes at the buzzer, banks in a three.
Big momentum swing to end the half.
27-24 at half. We'll be back to break it all down next on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week. Hornets lead.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
And welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. At halftime tonight from the Hornets' nest, the Henley Hornets lead 27-24. Led in scoring, 8 points from Shaw Stork, 7 from Eli Hayes. Owen Sheen has added 4. You've got 3 points from each of Blaine Boersma and Austin Fitz. Drew Frank has added 2 points this evening for the Hornets. And for the Pelicans, and they've been led by Pablo Macias tonight with 12 points. You've got a handful of points from Antonio Ortiz, Javin Zumwalt, and Jackson Murhoff. Mauricio Alexander has 5, but Pablo Macias has been the engine tonight so far, Alex. He's been creating his own shots. He's been passing the ball, getting other people's shots. He's just been really aware tonight and really good.
Yeah, he's been hard to keep out of the paint. The one thing that Coach Hammond emphasized before the game was keeping him out of the paint, and they really haven't been able to do that too much effectively. You know, they have at times, but more than anything, he's been able to get in the paint. He's been able to create shots from the three-point line, but when he gets in the paint, he draws so much attention that he's able to kick and guys get open looks.
You think it's one of these situations where you almost want to let Pablo get his points and try to guard everyone else, or are you still trying to focus in on him and try to deny him as much as you can, because right now he does have those 12 points, but you are still leading?
I think it's a really good point. It's hard the first time you play a team in conference because you can really watch all the film study you have, but you don't know how your team's going to match up to a certain opponent. And so I think a lot of times the first round of league is figuring that out. How do we match up with certain guys on the other team? And so I think they're doing that tonight. It's figuring out what guys really match up well with other guys in certain matchups. And so I expect them to make some adjustments coming out of halftime on both sides, and then especially when they play next time, you'll be able to see more of a thorough game plan about what they want to do moving forward.
And for the Hornets tonight, right, Shaw's got 8, Eli's got 7 off a couple of made threes, Owen's got 4. Another one of those nights where Henley, they share the ball really well.
They do. They've been balanced all year long, and this night is no exception to that.
All right, we're going to take one more break here on the halftime show. The score 27-24. When we come back, we'll take a look at the conference standings. We've also got some final scores from around the state. All of that is coming up on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week. 960 Sports.
On Top Tree Services have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything.
And we welcome you back inside the Hornets' nest tonight for the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. At halftime this evening between the Hornets and the Pelicans, 27-24. The Skyline Conference matchup taking place. Still the first time through seeing everyone, but Henley is at the top of the conference with that 3-0 record, 10-5 overall in the year. They actually come into tonight ranked 9th overall in the state, by far the highest-ranked Skyline Conference team. Klamath Union, 2-1. They are the second-place team, and of course, hoping to knot things up atop the conference this evening. They could do that with a win, still down by 3 points. Mazama and Hidden Valley are each 1-1, and Phoenix and North Valley are down there at the bottom of the conference. The Pirates are 1-2, and the Knights are 0-3, 0-15 on the season. And you look at this conference, Klamath Union won last year. Henley's at the top now. Still haven't seen everyone yet. We've got Phoenix coming here on Thursday, and then at that point, you've seen everyone in the conference, and I think then the real season starts. It's the second set of 5 games you play against everyone. That's when things start to get interesting in this conference.
I think so, too. Every year it seems like it comes down to the final games, and I don't see this year being any different. There's been a lot of parity the last couple years in the league, and even with Henley being so highly rated above the other teams, I still see a lot of parity. And I think any given night, even watching that North Valley game over the weekend, I thought they had a lot of really good athletes, some strong basketball players. And so I think that's a team, even though I know they haven't won a game yet on their schedule, I think that's a team that will win a game here in the Skyline and give teams trouble down the stretch.
Both of these teams are legitimate options to come out of the Skyline Conference and head to the state tournament on March 12th to the 14th. Hillsborough High School. As a matter of fact, both of these teams were heading there 2 years ago before they got called back. So I'm sure both those teams without a doubt, trying to get back there and recapture that momentum they had 2 years ago.
Yes, absolutely. That was really the beginning of the COVID quarantine time, and I remember that being such a strange time.
Yeah.
And everybody was trying to decide, well, do we buy a trophy? Did we win the championship? You know, because they both qualified for the final 8, so both of them were trying to decide, are we champions? Is it something we can put up in the rafters? I'm sure the other 6 teams were thinking the same thing, but both teams, and I've had conversations with both sides, really felt like that year they were legitimate contenders to win a trophy, so place in the top 4, or even win the championship. So to not have that opportunity was really hard for both sides.
And hopefully a chance for both of these teams to have a chance to get back there. Of course, the playoffs, let's see, the last night of the season is the 22nd. You got the first round of the playoffs, and then you get sent to the Elite 8 tournament at Forest Grove High School. Still plenty of basketball left to be played, not only this season, but in this game. The Henley Hornets lead 27-24 over the Klamath Union Pelicans. Third quarter action coming up next on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between. We keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
And we welcome you back to the mybasin.com game of the week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Getting ready for the third quarter of action this evening from the Hornets' nest. 27-24 the score, the Hornets lead. And good evening, everybody. My name is Josh Eldridge. Along with me is Alex Stork and Nick Bradford running the live stream. I will say for this second half, if you're not watching the live stream, you got to get there. It's available for free on mybasin.com, whether you're watching on your computer, your phone, your tablet, your whatever you got in your house, a smart TV, your PlayStation, your Xbox. It's all for free. You got to get there and watch the second half, right, Alex?
Absolutely. I think I hear more about the live stream. Not that you don't always do a great job, but whenever I refer people to watch our games on MyBasin, I always say, how amazing is that streaming quality?
Oh, of course. All right, we're starting the second half. Klamath Union will start with the ball. They're moving from left to right. Wata, Macias, Alexander, Zumwalt, and Ortiz on the floor for the Pels. For Henley, it is Frank, Fitz, Sheen, Stork, and Hayes. It's the first shot of the quarter missed from KU. Stork hustling up on the other side, goes strong with the right hand and gets the bucket. Stork leading the Hornets here tonight with 10 points after that made bucket. His team leads by 5, 29-24. Wata on the near side, kicks it over to Alexander. And now to Ortiz, Zumwalt on the far side. Zumwalt back to Ortiz, now to Macias. He takes 3 and drains it.
You cannot give him an inch. You got to get out in his face every single time he touches the ball. He is such a threat.
15 points tonight, all on three-pointers. As Frank over to Hayes. He tries to answer and can't. Fitz knocks that one out of bounds on the rebound opportunity.
I think this is one that's going to come all the way down to the wire. Trading back skits all game long. Two really competitive teams, in-town rivalry.
And in packed house nonetheless. We've got all the student sections here, all the community members. It's a fun night here in the Hornets' nest.
It is. It finally feels like we're back to some normalcy.
All right, Eli Hayes bringing it top of the key. Kicks it over to Sheen. Sheen puts it on the deck, goes strong with the left hand, and can't get that one to fall. Zumwalt kicking it over to Wata in the far corner. He throws it back to Macias right in front of the KU bench. Ortiz to Zumwalt, near side. Zumwalt guarded by Stork. Brings it back, top of the key, zips it over to Alexander. Now to Macias. Macias driving inside the paint. Kicks it out to Zumwalt, and a blocking foul called on the floor against Frank.
Looks like he just caught him on the side there. Probably could have been a 50-50 call. Caught him on the side. Didn't square him up. Tough to get a charge call that way.
Macias lofts it out to Wata, top of the key. He zips it to Zumwalt. Now back to Wata. Macias standing about 26 feet out. Bounces it to Alexander. Back to Macias. Ortiz putting on the deck. Driving inside. From 12, can't get it to go. Alexander gets the rebound and gets fouled as he goes up with the shot. He has a chance to tie the game. So far for Alexander tonight, 5 points and 1 made free throw in his only attempt.
We've been saying it all night long, but he's been really active.
Yeah.
He's got long arms. He's gotten his hand on a lot of passes. Done a nice job rebounding. It's been hard to keep him off the glass tonight. He's done a really good job.
And Alexander's second free throw coming up. Trying to make it a 3-for-3 night and tie the game. That's exactly what he does.
Really nice touch, too. Good looking shot. He's a good player.
Hayes walking it up the floor for the Hornets. 29 all with 6:09 to go in the third. Stork kicks it outside to Hayes. He thought about a three, puts it on the deck, takes one from 13, and that one won't fall. Macias now bringing it up for the Pelicans. Wata to Ortiz in the far corner, back to Wata. Alexander gets it in the far corner. Now back to Wata. Not too much action in the paint this possession for KU. Macias holding on to it, over to Wata. Catch and shoot three on the far side, and he can't get it, but he is fouled. He'll get 3 chances at the line.
It's always such a tough one. Undercut him on the box out. Finish landing on a shot. Gets an opportunity at 3 free throws.
Harbor Isles has the only golfing simulators in the Klamath Basin, and they have over 100 different courses to choose from. From the Bandon Dunes to St. Andrews, that's warmly located inside the clubhouse, where members pay $6 an hour and non-members pay $10 an hour. You can call them now for a tee time. As so far, Wata's 2 for 2 from the line, and a chance to make it 3, and he does. That's a friendly bounce around the rim.
3 for 3 from the line. Got to make your free throws. Those are going to count down the stretch.
KU up by 3, 32-29. Stork bringing it around to Sheen. Sheen bringing it to the left, dribbles back right, crosses left, goes up with the left hand. That won't fall. Alexander with the rebound. In transition against 3 Hornets. He loses a handle on it. Hayes picks it away. Hayes bringing it up. He has a little bit of trouble with the handle. Gives it to Stork. Stork on the right side, spins around, and a nice adjustment midair. Can't get the shot to fall. Wata gets the rebound. Macias over to Ortiz on the far side. Now to Wata. Back to Ortiz. Macias has it. Over to Zumwalt. Zumwalt puts on the deck, driving the left baseline. Kicks it outside to Pablo. And now Macias slowing things down to Alexander. Wata head fakes a 3, does it again. Thought about driving, but instead back to Walker. Now Zumwalt. Corner 3. High arcing shot. Front iron no good. Fitz gets the rebound. Hayes brings it up. Near side to Frank. Frank kicks it to Stork. Stork driving the lane. Inside. Soft with the right. Won't go. Fitz follows and gets the bucket. And timeout called by Coach Hammond. 32-31, the Pelicans lead.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon, soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Welcome back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week. 104.3 960 Sports, 32-31. Klamath Union has come out. They've taken the lead in this third quarter, and it's the usual suspects. Pablo Macias adding some points, Mauricio Alexander doing the same, but Henley hanging right with them and doing some work on the offensive glass was Austin Fitz to send us to break.
Yeah, they've really been attacking the defensive and offensive glass this second half. I'm sure that was a point of emphasis on both sides, but the last 2 possessions, Henley's done a nice job of getting some put-back, easy buckets. I also feel like Coach Hammond said to whoever's going to guard Macias this second half that you do not leave him. You don't help. You don't move anywhere where he is, and that's been a big adjustment that I've seen this second half so far.
But he's a tough guy to stay glued to.
Oh, man, he moves around so much. He's handling the ball. He passes it off. He moves out the ball. He knows how to get a shot.
Owen Sheen is going to be tasked with staying glued to Pablo Macias. Zumwalt in the far corner, kicks it back to Ortiz. Macias on the near side. Over to Alexander. Alexander trying to go right with it, kicks it to Zumwalt, now to Ortiz, top of the key. Wata on the far corner, puts on the deck, drives left baseline, reverse layup, and it falls.
What a move. Great finish.
5 points tonight for Wata, all in this third quarter. Hornets on the other side. Sheen driving the baseline as well, and he answers right back. No, that one doesn't fall. He does get his own rebound, and Boersma puts it back.
Good job by Boersma.
And a blocking foul by Frank down on the other end. The student section surely not happy.
That was another tough call. I think what the ref saw is him slide underneath maybe just a tad bit late. It's hard because Mauricio jumps from so far away from the basket, so you slide in there. Even if you are on time, it looks like you're late.
Right. He makes the first. (35-33), a chance to make it a three-point game with a free throw here. Alexander does not get that one to drop. Stork cleans the glass, he brings it up, dishes it to Hayes. Hayes bringing it up, Sheen in the far corner, bouncing it back to Hayes, takes the Stork screen, zipping it to Boersma, trying to get it inside to Sheen, but it's swatted away by Wata. Now the Pelicans in transition, loses the handle on it, Boersma takes it away. Hornets now get the ball back, still only a 2-point game. Boersma trying to go inside, tries to go up with the right, can't get it. Macias with the rebound. Kicks it ahead to Wata, thinks about three, back to Macias. Driving inside, kicks it to Zumwalt. Now to Ortiz, back to Macias. Wata picked up by Sheen. Top of the key, now over to Zumwalt. He's picked up by Hayes. Ortiz to Macias, near side. Macias driving inside, right-hand floater, off the glass, too much on that one. And Hayes gets the rebound. Kicks it ahead to Stork. Stork driving inside, and he gets that one to fall. Tied at 35, 2:30 to go in the third. Ahead to Alexander for KU. Falling away from the bucket.
You cannot rest for a second in this game. You got a team that's running down court for an open layup if you do.
All right, Henley's got it now. Hayes thought about three, kicks it to Stork, and travel. Coach Case calls time. We'll take 1-2. 2:13 to go in the third. 35 all between the Hornets and the...
Our construction statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bellers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
And we welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. 35 all, 2:13 to go in the third. Pace has picked up here tonight, Coach.
It has, yeah. There's been some really great half-court defense on both sides, really disciplined half-court defenses. But like I said earlier, if you rest for 1 second or if you lose your man, he could be running down court for a layup.
All right, 5 on the floor for Henley. So we reset the game for you. 35 all, 2:13 to go in the third in the Skyline Conference game. It's Luke Bennett, Owen Sheen, Shaw Stork, Blaine Boersma, and Eli Hayes. And for the Pels, Pablo Macias, Tony Ortiz, Silas Dutra, Mauricio Alexander, and Von Wata. Alexander with it, top of the key. Kicking it over to Dutra. Now Ortiz in the far corner. He's trying to drive inside. Goes up with a shot, and Boersma is there for the defense. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession Hornets.
Nice challenge there at the rim. Was in a tough spot. Do you take a charge? Do you go up to go for a block shot? Did a nice job challenging the shot.
Hayes walking it up the floor. Macias He's going to be tasked with guarding him. Bennett, been a nice three-point shooter so far this season. He hasn't done anything in the scorebook yet. It's a turnover for Henley. Pablo Macias at the free throw line, kicks it out to Dutra. 4-3, good. Silas Dutra, his first points of the evening, puts KU up 38-35. 1:30 to go in the third. Bennett, he's going to kick it outside to Hayes. He tries to answer from three, can't get it done. Boersma with the follow, won't go. Stork battling for the board down low. There's a scuffle for it. Stork goes up and gets fouled.
It's getting intense in here. It's getting physical. Feels like a championship level environment here for the Skyline.
And it's only the first time these two teams have played. They will play again on February 18th, the second to last game of the season over there at Pell Court. First free throw coming up from Shaw. So far he has 10 tonight, and it will stay that way for the time being as he misses his first.
I think what's so hard as a high school athlete and comparing scores in league is you see Henley beat Hidden Valley by 50 points.
Right.
And then Hidden Valley goes and beats KU over the weekend. To get up for a game like that, it's especially challenging as a high school athlete.
Shaw goes 1 for 2 at the line, 38-36, with 1:11 to go in the third. Watts up with it now, over to Macias. Trying to direct traffic beyond the three-point arc. Macias driving inside, tries to go up with it, and he'll get fouled by Sheen and go to the line. Pablo so far tonight has got 15 points, all three-pointers. This is his first trip to the line of the evening.
Even more than that, he's been a real court commander for his team. You can see him with his verbal and his non-verbal communication to his teammates. They really rely on him to make the calls out there on the floor.
First free throw from Macias is good. Back up to a three-point game. And a free throw here would give KU their biggest lead of the night. And he gets it. 40-36. KU's biggest lead of the night stands at 4. Hayes bringing it up for the Hornets. Over to Sheen. Sheen putting it on the floor, trying to drive that right side. Goes up with the left hand. That one won't fall. Alexander with the rebound. Macias over to Wata, to Dutra in the far corner for 3. No good. Ortiz gets the rebound. He's battling for it down low, and Bennett ties him up for a held ball. Possession Hornets. That's heads-up defense from Luke Bennett down low.
Yeah, it is. I do feel like KU has won the rebounding battle this third quarter to start the second half. They've come out with a lot of intensity. Both sides of the floor, they've done a good job rebounding the basketball, and it's been a difference maker.
Hayes kicking it to Bennett. Bennett, top of the key, about 22 feet out. Over to Sheen. Sheen fakes going left, goes right, goes up from the free throw line. That one rattles out, no good. Boersma gets it back and puts it up and in. Boersma has been averaging 8 rebounds a game in league play, and he is doing work on the glass tonight. 40-38, 12 seconds to go in the third. KU leads. Pelicans content to take the final shot of the quarter. 7 seconds now. Macias takes the Ortiz screen from 27 feet. Back iron, no good. Bennett gets the rebound. That will bring us to the end of the third quarter. 2-point ball game, 40-38. The Hornets trailing the Pelicans.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place home. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Welcome to the fourth quarter of tonight's Skyline Conference matchup between the Henley Hornets and the Klamath Union Pelicans. We're coming to you live from Henley High School tonight as it is a 2-point ball game. Klamath Union starts with the ball, and they also have the lead, 40-38. Murhoff with it, top of the key. Zipping it over to Ortiz. Now to Dutra, far corner. Dutra brings it around, back top of the key, back outside to Ortiz on the far side. Ortiz battling against Bennett, about 19 feet out, over to Wata on the far corner. Wata driving baseline, bouncing it inside, but it's stolen away by Boersma. Boersma so far this season averaging 2 steals a game. He leads the team. Bennett over to Boersma. He shoots 3. No good. Sheen with the rebound. He dribbles it back outside in the far corner. Over to Hayes. Hayes bringing it inside. Battles through some contact and a foul called against Ortiz. Hayes will get a chance to shoot 2 and tie the game.
Really nice skip pass by Sheen there to see Hayes on the opposite wing. Hayes just so explosive when he gets the ball there with nobody in front of him. Did a good job drawing a foul.
Hayes' first free throw's good. Austin Fitz coming in, and then Shaw Stork will take a seat on the bench. You're also going to have Zumwalt come in for Dutra. Second free throw coming up for Hayes, a chance to tie it at 40 with 7:19 to go in the fourth, and he does. 9 points tonight for Hayes, 3 for 4 at the line after those 2 made free throws. Zumwalt bouncing it over to Macias. Macias back to Zumwalt in the near corner. Zumwalt now top of the key, throws it to Macias. And now to Zumwalt. Zumwalt guarded by Boersma, getting it to Murhoff, top of the key. He zips it over to Wata on the far corner. Murhoff back to Wata, catch and shoot 3, and it's good.
Big shot by Wata there.
8 points tonight for Von Wata. 43-40, 6:43 to go in the game. Pass goes outside to Sheen. Sheen with the lefty layup, that won't go. Fitz battles for the rebound, a collision, and we'll see who the foul's going against. Both players collided with each other there. It was Ortiz and Fitz. And they're going to get Fitz for that one, his third. And the 6th team foul for the Hornets. One away from putting KU in the bonus.
With Schwenk out the last couple weeks, it's been difficult for Fitz because he's had to play so many more minutes than he typically has. So
yeah.
Be interesting to see how his conditioning holds up in this game because he's played a ton of minutes tonight.
Pass from from Murhoff intended for Zumwalt and ends up going into the scorer's table. That is an unfortunate miscommunication for the Pels. Hayes bringing it up the floor for the Hornets. 43-40, 6:20 to go in the ball game. Hayes bouncing it inside to Boersma. Puts it on the deck, bouncing it inside to Fitz. He kicks it outside to Hayes and travels. And these travel calls really stacking up against the Hornets.
Yeah, and I think they've all been good calls for the most part.
And Boersma tried to jump the lane and a held ball. Murhoff thinks he got fouled, but that's a good defensive play by Boersma there to try to break up the passing lane. Hayes bringing it up, trying to take a Fitz screen. Decides to deny the screen, go right with it, hand it over to Bennett. Bennett now to Sheen. Sheen on the right side, handing it over to Hayes. Hayes to Boersma, near corner. Boersma puts it on the deck, outside to Bennett again. Bennett putting it inside, goes high off the glass with the right hand. That won't go. Battle down low for the ball will go to KU. And it looks like possession will go to the Pelicans. 43-40, 4.5 to go in the ball game.
Getting pretty testy out here.
Yes, sir, it is. Goodness gracious me. It looks like Murhoff was having a conversation with our official down underneath the basket. Macias. It's a to Zumwalt and a whistle underneath. And I'm trying to figure out what happened. Did they call one on Sheen and Pablo?
Yeah, they called a double foul there.
Okay.
It looked like they were jostling underneath the basket for position. And so I think when a game gets testy like this, a good game to kind of level everything back in by the officials is to call a double foul on both sides, bring the guys together, tell them, you know, hey, we're being competitive. This is a close game, but let's continue to play the right way.
Zumwalt to inbound, gets it to Wata, and Eli Hayes steals it in transition, goes up with the left hand, and it's a 1-point game. Eli Hayes with 11 tonight. On the other side, possession goes to the Hornets after the ball goes out of bounds. 5:21.
Big momentum swing there.
Exactly, and that puts some life back into the student section as well.
Yep, you got to keep that student section engaged. It's a huge help when you get that home field, home court advantage.
Stork back into the game for the Hornets. He's got the ball and travels. And Coach Hammond is upset about that call. I think he's asking for just one travel call against Klamath Union.
Yeah, I can say they've been consistent with the call all night long. So
Zumwalt crossing to his right, kicks it to Wata near corner. And Wata lifts his foot, no foul called. Ortiz on the other side tries to get it over to Macias and steps out of bounds.
Who's going to be more composed down the stretch? That's going to be the key. Which team's going to be poised?
Timeout called. 4:55 to go in a 1-point game. KU up 43-42. Coach Case wants time. We'll take one.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back inside the Hornets' nest in a 1-point ball game. 43-42, 4:55 to go. The Pelicans lead. They also start with the ball. Ortiz to Zumwalt in the far corner. Zumwalt throws it back to Macias right in front of the KU bench. Zumwalt now in the corner. Drives baseline. Goes up with the shot. That one won't fall. Wata grabs the board, tries to put it back up, and won't go. Boersma gets the board. Hayes bringing it up now. Henley a chance to take the lead. Henley trying to get it over to Sheen. Sheen in that far corner, zipping it over to Hayes. Hayes fakes going right, goes left, gets it inside to Boersma. He goes up and he gets the layup. Boersma tonight has been huge down the stretch for the Hornets. They lead 44-43, 4:20 to go in the game. Wata now on the far side, over to Zumwalt, now to Macias. And Frank will break up the pass, but the ball goes out of bounds. And for Boersma tonight, by the way, only 3 points in that first half. But he has come alive here with some good scoring in the fourth quarter. He's got 7 for the game. Wata trying to direct traffic. Right at the H. Takes the screen set from Alexander, who's checked into the game for KU. Macias trying to drive inside. Hands it to Ortiz, and a nice feed from Macias. Creates an easy look at the bucket for Ortiz. 45-44.
Great job. Dribble penetration by Macias there, finding the open man underneath the basket.
Boersma on the other side will get fouled, going strong to the hoop. He gets some free throws. Alexander picks up his third foul.
We talked about it earlier, but when a player is making so many shots outside of the three-point line, it's really easy to say keep him out of the paint, but you got to come out and guard him behind the three-point line, opening up those driving lanes for him to get his foot in the paint, make those easy dump-off passes for layups to his posts.
So Frank comes out of the game. I believe it's Fitz who came back in, and both free throws are good for Boersma. Pass goes ahead to Wata. Back to Macias. Macias moving left with it into that corner, trying to drive left baseline, kicks it out to Wata. 4-3, good.
He has hit some big shots tonight.
Back-to-back threes for Wata. That puts him at 11 tonight. Eli Hayes now working with it in a 2-point game. 48-46, KU leads. Inside to Fitz. He gets it to Stork. Stork battles through some contact, but it falls. And a whistle timeout called by Coach Hammond. We'll take one, too. 3:17 to go in a tie ball game. 48-all between the Pelicans.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Gotcha. And we're back inside the Hornets' nest. 48-all, 3:17 to go between the Pelicans and the Hornets. Things heating up in here, Coach, and it's been a great night of basketball. These teams trading blows here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's been fun to see both opposing student sections liven up near the end of this game as well.
All right, KU starts with the ball. Macias will bring it across the timeline for the Pels. Zumwalt, guarded by Boersma. Boersma playing physical perimeter defense. Now to Walker. Alexander, rather. And Macias over to Ortiz, to Wata. Now to Zumwalt. Zumwalt can't corral the pass. Boersma and Zumwalt in transition. And, Boersma is fouled. He gets a chance at two more at the line. He gets a chance to also give his team the lead.
Seems like Blaine is always coming up with those 50-50 balls is what they call them. The ball that the offense could get, the ball that the defense could get. He's always coming up with those balls in tough spots, making big plays for his team.
And he does his fair share of creating those 50-50 balls too. As I was saying earlier, he leads his team in steals at about 2 a game.
His effort on both sides of the ball is so high.
Second free throw from Boersma is no good, but he did make the first. It's 49-48. Possession KU after the ball goes out of bounds. Macias bringing it up the floor. Tries to drive inside a bit, kicks it out to Ortiz, now to Alexander. Macias in the far corner. Bringing it around now to Wata. Zumwalt in the near corner, rather. Back to Wata, top of the key. He zips it over to Alexander. Macias driving the lane. Bounce pass into Ortiz, and he gets it. 50-49. The points from Ortiz there. Gives him 6 for the evening. Now Stork on the other side, kicking it to Sheen. Sheen puts it on the deck. Goes up with the left, and he answers right back.
Strong move by Owen there. Not settling for a jump shot, getting to the paint.
6 points tonight for Owen Sheen. Macias brings it near corner. And he finds Zumwalt, top of the key, guarded by Boersma. Zumwalt tries to drive inside, kicks it to Alexander. Alexander to Wata. Wata kicking it to Zumwalt. He drives the lane. Now back to Macias. Macias in the far corner. Steps back, dribbling around, back to Zumwalt. He kicks it to Wata. Alexander now in the near corner. And KU can tend to pass it around the perimeter. Pablo Macias pump fakes a three, dives inside, gets the ball to Ortiz again, and gets the bucket. Ortiz answering right back. He's got 8 points tonight, gives his team a 52-51 lead with 1:32 to go in the game. We're going to stick with you through this timeout, as so far in this kind of last couple minutes down the stretch, Macias has been able to dish it to Ortiz underneath, and Henley so far hasn't been able to find an answer in the last couple minutes.
Macias all night long.
Yeah.
He continues to be tough to keep out of the paint, and now Ortiz is doing a really nice job of finding those openings underneath the basket. Macias is doing a good job not getting too deep to get into that zone where he could potentially draw a charge, and he's finding those dump-off passes, and Ortiz is doing a nice job of going up strong and finishing.
Still a one-point game. Henley's going to have possession. And still plenty of time left to go in the ball game as well for both teams to continue to go back and forth. We're really glad that you're with us this evening on MyBasin.com. The Skyline Conference matchup. If Klamath Union's able to hold on, they'll be tied for first. If Henley is able to come back and change this 1-point deficit, they will create some distance between themselves and the rest of the pack here in early going in the Skyline Conference.
No matter the outcome of the game, it's been a really well-played game on both sides. These seem like two playoff caliber teams, and I think these are two teams that when we meet again the second round of league play are going to be deciding that championship spot.
And also just quickly, we talked about it in the pregame, but two great minds at the helm of these teams, Coach Luke Hammond and Ed Case. They've made their adjustments, and that's why we're so close as well.
They have. They've done a good job, and the players have done a really good job responding to the adjustments.
All right, Henley starts with the ball as we get back into the action. Hayes dishes it to Stork. Stork crosses to go to his left. Outside to Hayes. Hayes puts it on the deck, tries to go up with the layup. It won't go, and Macias gets the rebound. Boersma is guarding Macias. And he crosses to his right, trying to drive inside, and it's swatted away by Owen Sheen. Ball saved from going out of bounds by Blaine Boersma.
What a
Henley
save by Boersma.
has the ball. Boersma trying to drive inside. It goes up, no bucket, and Wata gets the rebound, and a travel called against Von Wata. Henley gets the ball. Well, there's the one that Hammond wanted, I think.
He finally got it.
Yeah.
Good time for it.
So Boersma to inbound. He's come up huge in this quarter. Inbound goes to Fitz. And Stork over to Hayes. Hayes head fakes three, bouncing it inside to Fitz. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession stays with the Hornets.
Oh, man. It's getting tight here. See what Coach Hammond's going to draw up.
47 seconds to go in the ball game. KU up by 52-51. Lofts it to Sheen, top of the key. Sheen driving to the bucket, goes up. It's blocked by Ortiz, but Stork gets the rebound. Inside to Fitz. Fitz goes up with the shot, and it falls. 37 seconds left to go in the ball game. 53-52. Macias going up the floor. 31 seconds now. Coach Case going to call a timeout. Going to stick with you through this one as the Hornets have just taken the lead off of a bucket from Austin Fitz. His first points of the second half. He's got 5 this evening. We're going back and forth, down to the wire. 30 seconds left to go. I think it's a fair point to bring up there's no shot clock in Oregon, so you could theoretically take the last shot here if you're KU. I don't know if that's necessarily what Coach Case is thinking. I think if you can get a shot, take it if you're KU.
I think so too. I think the interesting decision, as you mentioned, is going to be, are they going to play for the last shot, or are they going to play for a quick shot going towards the basket if they get a good look? And so I think, like you said, if Pablo can drive, get a good look going towards the basket, I think that's a great opportunity that you can't pass up in this situation.
It's Austin Fitz, who kind of hit a nice little, almost a fadeaway jump shot there, shades of Dirk Nowitzki.
He did. He did. That was a big shot. Like I said earlier, Fitz has been getting a lot of minutes the last few weeks with Schwenk out, and he's done a nice job. I've been proud of him battling through tonight, playing more minutes than he has in the past. They haven't rotated quite as much in such an intense down to the wire game, and so he's hung in there and battled because it's been a physical, intense game.
Kind of games that you love to play in and love to watch. If you're everyone here inside the Hornets' nest tonight or watching on mybasin.com, appreciate you being with us. We are in the closing seconds of a tight ball game. 53-52. Henley leads with 30 seconds to go. KU inbounds into the backcourt. Macias brings it up, and he crosses the timeline. Macias against Boersma. Macias takes the Alexander screen, trying to drive inside, kicks outside to Wata. Now Zumball, top of the key, from 23, no good. Stork gets the rebound, and he's fouled underneath, and he's going to shoot free throws.
KU did have one foul to give, though, so not quite one-on-one yet.
So they did have one to give, so they do have the lead. And you're going to see Coach Hammond call a timeout as well. I lost track of the foul count. I thought they were already at 6. In fact, that was their 6th. So now it's opportunity where KU is forced to foul, and this is where, like we talked about all game, got to make your free throws.
Absolutely. And as you mentioned earlier, that has been a struggle in the past for Henley. So I think what Coach is probably doing here is he's trying to find what free throw shooter he wants to get the ball in this situation, how they can give him an off-ball screen in order for him to cut to get open so that he's the one to receive the basketball and get fouled. I imagine KU's going to go for a steal right away if they can get it, but if they can't get a steal right away, they're going to have to foul.
Tonight so far by my count, Henley's had an okay night at the line. They're 11 for 15. but so far in the season, about 55%. So, I mean, we'll take what we have, at least in terms of the recent numbers. 11 for 15 is a pretty good night at the line. And Blaine Boersma has had the hot hand at the line in the last handful of possessions. He is in the game, as is Austin Fitz, Shaw Stork, Eli Hayes, and Owen Sheen. Stork to inbound. And we'll see who the Hornets decide to get the ball to here. And they're going to get it to Hayes, who is promptly fouled underneath the bucket. He's shooting 1-1.
I thought Eli may be the guy they'd want to get the ball to in that situation. He's a senior. He's poised. He's the guy you want to have the ball in these situations, taking the free throws.
So now he's got a chance at 1-1. 8 seconds left on the clock.
What's interesting is going to be how KU is going to play this without any timeouts left.
Right. So Hayes toes the line. Fitz and Stork to try to get the rebound if he misses. The first free throw is good. 2-point ball game. Next free throw coming up from Hayes. This one would make it a 3-point game. He doesn't get it. 8 seconds left. 7 seconds now. Pablo Macias racing into the front court. He loses the ball. Ortiz trying to kick it to Wata for three. It's blocked. Henley wins the game. 54-52 final.
No, they called a foul.
No!
They called a foul on a shot. He's going to get a chance at 3 free throws to win it.
Foul. Wow, I didn't hear the whistle over the roar of everyone in the stadium. And that's at the buzzer. Wata has a chance to win the game. Now they have to decide. Gosh, they have to decide whether or not. I guess
any time left on the clock.
I think there was about. I looked at the clock. 1.4 seconds on the clock. So Wata has to go 3 for 3 at the line.
Okay, it looks like they are going to put some time back on the clock here.
Do we have any idea how much time?
My guess would be about what you estimated, about 0.5, so not a lot of time. Not much you can do there.
You know, Derek Fisher once hit a shot with 0.4 seconds left on the clock.
I remember that. They could advance the basketball after a timeout.
First free throw's no good. He does get 2 more and a chance to tie. Austin Fitz trying to get that student section at Wata. Sees a sea of, what was it tonight, Coach?
Neon night.
Second free throw's good.
Clutch free throw. Wata, he's been clutch all night long. All right, Coach Hammond's going to ice him.
Wow, I can't believe that was a foul call. I'm not going to say one way or another. I wasn't looking. I couldn't see. But, man, I really thought that was the final.
It was such a mad scramble of a play there at the end that it was hard to see what happened.
And I hear the roar of the crowd. I see everyone celebrating. And then I see Jesse Hamilton, the athletic director, waving his hands to get students off the court.
Keep the band off the field.
Yes, exactly. Goodness
Jesse knew. He was right in front of it. Well, you had a really loud student section on the Henley side and then a really quiet section, I think, on the KU side, not knowing what exactly happened.
Oh, goodness. So Wata will get one more chance at the line to tie it with 0.5 seconds left on the clock. All right, here we go. Wata, a chance to tie at the line. So far tonight, he is 5 for 6, and he makes it. Boersma from half court. Can't get it.
Got a good look. It's about the best look you can hope for with 0.5 seconds left.
54 all. We are going to overtime here at Henley High School. I'm going to stick with you here as we kind of recap the game that we've seen so far. Henley, they came out in the first quarter. They came out strong. KU answered back in the second, the third. And it's been a battle here in the fourth quarter, one that ended with a 3-point foul call. Wata goes 2 for 3, and here we are tied 54 all heading to overtime.
It's been a great game. And like you said, it's been a battle. Credit both teams for coming out, responding to some adverse situations, battling through, and It's been such a good game that we couldn't decide in regulation. We got to play extra.
That foul call, my goodness me. It's not, I'm just so blown away that he got a chance there with 0.5 seconds left. 54 all. Leading scorer so far for Klamath Union is going to come out to be Eli Hayes. He's got 13 tonight so far. Shaw Stork has added 11. And you look for Klamath Union. Mauricio Alexander is not the leading scorer, but he does have 9 this game. Pablo Macias has 16. He is their leading scorer.
I do feel like Alexander has been an X factor in this game for KU.
Without a doubt.
He's not a guy that was talked about a ton coming in, but he's been active all game long, made some big steals, made some big blocks, made some big shots.
All right, we are ready for overtime from the Hornets' nest. I'm glad you're with us this evening as Klamath Union wins the toss. 5 on the floor for the Pels. It's Macias, Wata, Zumwalt, Ortiz, and Alexander. For the Hornets tonight, it's Stork, Fitz, Boersma, Hayes, and Sheen. Alexander going to the rim, can't get it. Zumwalt goes back up with the shot and gets fouled down low. Going to call that one on Fitz, and that's his 4th. It puts Fitz in a little bit of trouble. And I'm not sure, Coach, if you saw or if you were keeping track, but Marcus McCready is still on the bench for Klamath Union, 6'6" sophomore, only allowed to play 6 quarters a night at the varsity level. You can't play 6 quarters if you don't play any varsity, but he did play in the JV game, so I'm not sure what his availability is in this contest.
I believe he's been playing 3 quarters in the junior varsity game. Coach Hammond and Coach Stock said they've been trying to get him into the varsity games as much as possible to get used to the speed, especially with Hunter being out for the next couple of weeks. So I haven't seen him in tonight, but you never know what could happen in this overtime period, especially with Fitz with 4 fouls.
56-54 after 2 made free throws from Wata. Henley goes down the floor on the other side, misses a shot, and now Klamath Union on the near side as Ortiz kicks it to Macias. Macias loses a handle on it, has it picked away by Boersma. Stork in transition, goes up and makes the bucket. Tied at 56 as Boersma comes up with another huge steal. He's got 4 tonight. Macias guarded by Boersma on the far side. Slowing things down, trying to get it inside to Ortiz. Ortiz hands it over to Wata. Wata puts it on the deck, goes up, off the glass, won't go. And Sheen clears the glass. Hayes kicks it over to Sheen. Sheen in the far corner, trying to drive baseline, kicks it outside to Boersma. Boersma fakes going right, goes left, trying to get it inside to Fitz. And now Stork, top of the key. Stork throws it over to Hayes. He tries to come near side. Now over to Stork. Stork fakes going right, decides to go left, kicks it outside to Boersma in the corner. Trying to get it inside to Hayes, but it's stolen away by Macias. Macias kicks it to Wata in transition. Back to Macias at half court, now to Zumwalt. 2:16 to go in the overtime period. We're knotted at 56. Macias, corner 3, won't go. Stork grabs the rebound. Now to Hayes.
Coach Hammond looks like he's setting something up here.
Hayes steps back beyond the arc. Head fakes 3, now to Boersma. Boersma puts it on the deck, hands it off to Stork, slowing things down for the Hornets. Stork fakes going left again, goes right instead, up with the shot, won't go. Ortiz gets a finger on it, and now it's Macias trying to bring it up the floor. Macias hands it off to Alexander. Alexander going inside, and a foul called against Klamath Union as Alexander threw his arms around and hit Austin Fitz.
Looks like they had him sweeping his arms through, ripping the ball through. Caught the defender in the jaw with his elbow.
It's called taking one for the team if you're Austin Fitz.
That's right. That probably didn't feel very good. He'll be feeling that one in the morning.
All right, Hayes handing it off to Boersma on the other side. Boersma brings it top of the key, kicks it to Stork. Now Sheen in the far corner. Over to Hayes, top of the key. Had a look at 3, decides to drive. Goes up with the right hand, and he gets fouled. He gets a chance at the line. Eli Hayes this evening.
There's going to be a lot of bumps and bruises for these guys tomorrow morning. We've had some guys hit the deck tonight.
Yeah. Eli Hayes, 4 for 6 from the line this evening. He's got 11 points, and he's got 2 more chances here. Murhoff checks into the game as that seals the deal for Mauricio Alexander. He checks out with 5 fouls.
Great game. Great game from Alexander. Gave his team a chance to win down the stretch.
He exits the game with 9 points. Free throw from Hayes is good. With a minute 25 to go in the game, he puts his team up by 1.
It's going to be interesting here. It looks like both teams don't have any timeouts left. I'm not sure if they're both credited a timeout during the overtime period.
Hayes' second free throw is good. 58-56, a minute 23 to go in the fourth. Macias brings it up. He's picked up by Boersma about half court. Gets it inside to Murhoff. Murhoff on the left elbow, handing it off to Zumwalt. Zumwalt steps back beyond the arc, kicks it to Ortiz. Now to Watan near corner. Watan guarded by Hayes. Gets it to Zumwalt on the right elbow. He steps back at the free throw line. Outside to Macias. Step back three. Misses everything. Underneath, Watan grabs the rebound. Gets it to Murhoff. Murhoff on that left side. Gets it to Watan for a right-hand floater, and that falls. Ties the game at 58. 51 seconds to go in the game.
Really nice job by Murhoff extending that play, making a pass cross court for the easy bucket.
Boersma with it now as Stork at the free throw line. Tries to bring it in on the left side. Kicks it out to Sheen.
They may play for one here. We'll see.
Hayes thinking about slowing things down. He brings it up. Dribbling left. Passes it outside to Sheen. Sheen slowing things down. 26 seconds now to go in the ball game. We are tied at 58.
I think they're going to play for the last shot.
Eli Hayes bringing it up. Tries to drive inside. Kicks it outside to Stork. Now 14 seconds left. Handing it to Hayes. And that's what Henley's going to do. 10 seconds now. And 8 seconds. 8 seconds. Eli Hayes. Step back three. No good. Rebound up for grabs. It's Sheen. He puts it up. Won't go. 1 second left. Ortiz at the buzzer. And that one won't go either. We are going to a second overtime period. Tied at 58.
What a game. We're still not ready for it to be over. I don't think I'm ready to be done watching this game.
I can
really
stay here all night.
It.
It's only what, 9 o'clock? What's bedtime on a school night for you, Coach?
Usually about 8:30, so we're past it already, but that's okay. I've accepted it, and now I'm just rolling with it.
Well, that quarter, again, is a little bit less scoring in that quarter than we saw in the fourth, in the first overtime period. But here we are, and we get a second chance at it. Now, I will say again, you look at it, Alexander is out of the game for KU, so they're going to have to rely on Murhoff. And we mentioned it, Henley is in the same kind of position with Austin Fitz. Now, he came up with the key rebound there a little bit, but he is playing with 4 fouls as we head into double overtime.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. You know, I think Murhoff has done such a good job filling in the spots where Alexander's been in foul trouble all night long that although Alexander had a great game, I think Murhoff comes in and fills that role really well.
He's got 3 points tonight. All of them made free throws in the first half. But he does battle on the boards. And we are getting ready for what is sure to be an exciting second overtime period.
Third tip of the game right here.
It's going to be Fitz and Murhoff. We knew this one was going to be closely contested coming into tonight. But here we are in double overtime in the Skyline Conference game. And the ball goes out of bounds off the tip. Possession Hornets. Well, it looks like it's going to start the same way the first overtime period did with an inbound pass.
Yep. Oh, man.
Stork's going to get it to Sheen.
That was close to being over and back there.
Hands it to Hayes. Hayes takes a screen to his left. Heals a double team for a second. Now to Sheen, top of the key. Sheen brings it to his left, hands it to Hayes. Hayes trying to go inside at the free throw line, spins around, hands it off to Boersma, who goes up with the left, won't get it. Rebound is reined in by Austin Fitz. That's what we're talking about. The junior doing work on the boards tonight. Henley still controls the ball. Now Boersma at the free throw line, trying to drive inside. Bounces it outside to Sheen. Sheen, top of the key. Thought about trying to get it inside to Hayes. Instead, we'll hand it to Stork. Stork now to Hayes. Macias fills the passing lane, swipes the pass away. Gets it to Ortiz. In transition, open layup is missed.
Oh, man.
Stork grabs the rebound.
Really good anticipation there on the steal. Good pass, leading him open. Tough finish at the rim.
Sheen now in the far corner for the Hornets. Zipping it, cross court to Hayes. Now Boersma in the near corner. Gets it to Stork. Stork fakes going right, goes left, up with the shot, denied by Ortiz. And that's how you make up for a missed layup right there.
Ortiz's defense in the second half has been impressive. He's got his hands on a lot of passes, blocked a few shots. I've been impressed with his defensive intensity.
All right, Eli Hayes gets it into Boersma. Now to Hayes. Corner three, wide open. And it's good after rattling around the rim. It falls. Eli Hayes with his his third three of the night. 61-58, 2.5 to go in double overtime. Macias takes three to answer, and he can't get it to
that
fall.
was in and out.
Sheen trying to race up the floor. He decides to slow things down for the Hornets. Kicks it to Hayes. Hayes thinks about a three, kicks it to Boersma in the far corner. Now back to Hayes. Hayes walks up, brings it left, tries to carve the defense. Macias gets a hand on it. Now back outside to Fitz. Fitz has the ball stripped away by Wata, and KU bring it up the floor as we cross the 2-minute mark in double overtime. 61-58, Henley leads.
More active hands by KU. It's been all night long.
Murhoff over to Wata in the far corner. Back to Murhoff, top of the key. Now Macias, he brings it around, feeling the pressure from Boersma. Wata in the far corner is going to zip it right back to Macias, right in front of the KU bench. Spins around, trying to get away from Boersma. In the double team now from Fitz. Pass goes away from Murhoff, but Ortiz is there to gather. Now 1.5 minutes as Wata has it. Now to Murhoff, who's about 29 feet out. Over to Wata in the far corner. KU content to pass it around the perimeter here. Wata bouncing it over to Macias. He's on the right side, guarded by Boersma. Macias walking it up, kicks it to Murhoff. Murhoff, guarded by Fitz, zips it to Wata, now to Ortiz, back to Wata to Macias. 1:05 now left to go in the game. Macias loses control of the ball for just a second. Boersma trying to jump the gun, he loses it again. Back to Wata, Macias gets it again, pulls up from 30,
oh my
won't get
goodness.
it.
That one was halfway down again.
Eli Hayes bringing it up the floor. And now 45 seconds left.
I thought I just saw Coach Hammond mouth keep it to Eli, meaning keep the ball. Hopefully you're the one they're going to choose to foul. Give him an opportunity to double bonus.
32 seconds left to go in the ballgame. He decides to give it up to Stork. Now to Boersma in the corner. Bouncing it into Sheen. Sheen now back to Hayes. 26 seconds now left to go in the game. And they're going to try to foul Hayes, and that is exactly what happens. And you're right, that puts Henley in the double bonus. 10 team fouls now for KU, and that is the third for Pablo Macias.
Really nice job there by Eli, being the senior leader of this team, keeping the ball, sharing it around, making sure that he was the one that got to go to the free throw line.
Up by 3. First free throw won't go. Even 1 out of 2 will put the Hornets in great position. He's got a chance to convert here. Timeout, Coach Case. So we'll stay with you again through this one. 23 and change to go in double overtime. Henley's up 61-58. You got to imagine that one made free throw here from Hayes wouldn't necessarily seal it, but a lot would have to go right for KU for them to chop back into this game.
Yeah, I think one free throw here would make it really hard for KU to be able to get back into this game.
Eli Hayes is the man to do it. He's made his last 3 free throws, has only missed 2 all night.
He's been a clutch performer all year long for the Hornets. I've been impressed with him over the last 4 years and just how every single year, I was fortunate enough to be his freshman coach, and as a JV player, he got a little bit better. Last year, he got some varsity experience, and then this year, he's done a really great job as the court general for the Henley side, just the same as Macias has done for KU.
There's so much parity across both of these teams, not only in terms of how talented they are, but you match up player for player. Eli Hayes is 5'8". His counterpart, Pablo Macias, is 5'8". They've both played extremely well tonight. You had, now Jackson Murhoff in the game. He's 6'5". Austin Fitz is 6'4". A lot of parity between these two teams.
A lot of parity. I've been excited, edge of our seat all night long watching him play, and I'm ready for the next matchup already.
Hayes' second free throw is good. 4-point game, 20 seconds to go. 62-58, KU's got it. Wata trying to drive inside, goes up, he gets the layup and the foul.
That's about the worst case scenario right there for Henley. They give him an easy bucket, going to the baseline, makes the shot, and gets fouled.
Wata, if you'll remember, hit a few key free throws to send us into overtime. He'll get one more here in this double overtime period, but at the end of the fourth quarter, he was fouled, sent to the line for 3, and then he was able to sink 2 out of 3 of those to send us to overtime. He gets a chance to bring his team within 1 right here. Every free throw he's made has been incredibly clutch, and he's got another opportunity.
He's been another X factor for KU tonight. He's not somebody coming in that I'd heard a ton about. He's made some really clutch three-point shots and then the free throws down the stretch. Even to be in a position at the end of the game, at the end of regulation, to take the shot to be fouled and then to knock down 2 out of 3 free throws with a very hostile opposing student section right in his face, screaming, yelling, doing anything they can to distract him. I've been impressed with his game all night long, and just the overall composure on both sides. Being high school athletes, playing a really intense in-town conference rivalry game. Both teams have stayed poised, both teams have stayed composed, and now KU's going to have an opportunity to tie this game moving forward. They're going to get a chance at a free throw here if they can knock it down. Even if Henley does get fouled, has 2 free throws, KU's going to be in a 1-possession game.
Exactly. Still 16 seconds left on the clock, and in this game, that has proven to be an eternity.
Isn't that the truth?
Wata toes the line. He gets the ball from the official. Looks deep into a sea of multicolored Henley Hornets students, and he drains it. So now, Henley has to get the ball, and they get it to Hayes. Now into Sheen in the front court. Sheen gets it to Fitz. Fitz puts it up. 3-point game. Henley 64-61. Now Wata on the other side. 4 seconds left. Macias thought about taking 3. Has to step back. 3 at the buzzer. Won't go. Henley wins. 64-61 final.
Amazing game. Credit both teams. Played their hearts out. Just a classic game.
Gotta catch my breath. Gonna take a break. When we come back, we'll break down this game for you and try to visit with the Henley Hornets player. And that's all coming up next on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week, 104.3 and 960 Sport.
On Top Tree Services have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
And welcome you back inside the Hornets' nest this evening as Henley comes away with a double overtime win over the Klamath Union Pelicans, 64-61 the final. We said this was going to come down to the wire, but I didn't mean 3 times it was going to come down to the wire, but here we are, 64-61 was the final score.
We both talked before the game that it was going to be an exciting championship level game, but I don't think either one of us expected that kind of a game.
It was a great night for Henley. They were led in scoring 18 points from Eli Hayes, 10 from Blaine Boersma, 11 from Shaw Stork. And as you talk about Blaine, we're going to try to get him on the post-game show here on 104.3 and 960 Sports. As Henley won the game, the student section poured onto the court, so it's kind of tough to get to any player. They went out in the locker room, so we're trying to get Blaine Boersma onto the show here in just a few minutes. Other than that, for Henley, Owen Sheen added 6 points tonight, and Austin Fitz had 5. For Klamath Union tonight, led by 2 different players tonight, Pablo Macias, you've heard us say his name a lot tonight, 16 points. Also, Von Wata had 16 points tonight for Klamath Union. Mauricio Alexander, who fouled out in the first overtime period, had 9 points this evening. Antonio Ortiz added 8. There was 4 for Javin Zumwalt and 3 for Jackson Murhoff. So both these teams led by some key scorers, Eli Hayes, Pablo Macias, Von Wata. These guys performed under the spotlights tonight on a Tuesday.
They did. Yeah, I was impressed with both sides. We talked about it all night long. The composure of both groups. Guys stepped up on both sides. I was really impressed. Both sides, guys stepped up. Guys that we haven't heard a lot about all throughout the season. Guys that had to step in because of injuries or foul trouble. They stepped up, and I'm excited for the next time these guys get to play. I really feel like that's going to be the championship of our skyline the next time they get to play in a few weeks from now.
I will say I think the X factor for Henley really came down to their defense, and specifically Boersma, who we're going to try to talk to soon, kept coming up with steals. He kept dirtying things up for Pablo, didn't let him operate around the perimeter. Pablo hit 4 3-pointers in the first half, only 1 in the second half. In fact, he was held to 4 points in the second half after scoring 12 in the first.
It looks like Coach Hammond and Coach Stock, their defensive coordinator, really wanted to put some more length on Pablo in that second half. I saw them put Owen Sheen on him, and I saw them put Blaine on Pablo as well. And that seemed to bother him a little bit more, just getting a hand out in his face every single time that he had a 3-point opportunity.
Yeah, Eli Hayes also scoring 18 tonight. He did some damage from range. From range, came up nicely at the free throw line, but the thing about Eli, as you mentioned it, he's a leader on this team as a senior, and he really was able to rally the guys around him, I think, tonight and get a lot done.
Yeah, I think anytime you're in these games, championship-level games, games that come down to the wire, games that go into overtime, you want to win or lose with your seniors. And Coach Hammond gave Eli the keys tonight and said, hey, you're the captain of this team, you're the senior, you're the most experienced player that we have. I'm going to give you the opportunity to either win this game for us, or if we lose, it's going to be you having the basketball, you taking the shots at the end of the game.
That's the kind of guy you can trust with the ball, too.
Absolutely.
All right, so with this win tonight, Henley has sort of started to separate themselves from the pack in the Skyline Conference. They are 4-0 in league play. They're 11-5 overall. Klamath Union is going to fall to 2-2 on the season, 7-7 overall on the year. Mazama and Hidden Valley are each still 1-1, still awaiting final scores from over the hill for the Mazama North Valley game and the Hidden Valley Phoenix game. But right now, Phoenix and North Valley at the bottom of the Skyline Conference, 1-2 for the Pirates, and 0-3, 0-15 for the North Valley Knights. So a great way to kind of come to a close in the first half of the Skyline Conference season. Henley does have a game on Thursday that'll be against Phoenix. That's when you do close out the first half of the conference season. But right now, I'll have you look at my screen. I do like this, where we've got 3 Basin teams at the top. That is nice to have, and it's a fun conference to play in. And you look at the rankings, 9 for Henley, and everyone else is right about near 20, and the North Valley is last. There are other good teams in the state, the Junction Cities, the Marshfields of the world, but we've got some good teams down here in the Skyline Conference too, and I think this game tonight proved that. And as we move forward in the season and towards that March 12th date at Forest Grove, we're going to start to see some people talk about these Skyline Conference teams.
Absolutely. I think one of the best things about having 3 really strong teams in town is that when you play each other in league, which is 4 games for each team,
right,
it's in a hostile, loud, playoff type environment. So not every league has teams that get 4 of those games, 4 out of 10 of those games. So I think that's a big advantage for us moving forward into the playoffs for all 3 schools. And Mazama game was the same way, and then tonight was no different. Both loud, and tonight's Tuesday night midweek. I thought both student sections did a really good job. They were both respectful, both cheering on their groups, and it makes a difference when you're out there on the floor. I know it does when you're on the bench, so to be a player out there on the floor, I remember how it was. It's a great environment, and so credit both student sections for coming out and supporting their teams.
64-61 the final this evening. Henley coming away with a win over Klamath Union. Again, we're efforting Blaine Boersma, getting him on the show here in just a bit. We're going to take one more break. When we come back, hopefully Blaine will be ready to talk to us on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week, 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account to retirement planning and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
And we welcome you back to the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 960 Sports. Henley Hornets coming out on top tonight with a 64-61 win in double overtime. It was a great evening of basketball, and capping it off with the home team, the good guys, winning this one. And it was really fun as we look ahead for Henley's schedule. On Thursday, they're back at home against Phoenix. And then you were looking at this Tuesday, the 8th game, traveling to Hidden Valley, a game that last time you played the Mustangs, you win 73-17. Now you go to their place. It's going to be a completely different ball game over there, I think.
Absolutely. That's never an easy place to play. I know from playing there myself. I know from coaching there over the years. And Coach Hammond said it after the last game. He said, we need to be ready when we go play them at their place. That's a good team. They're well coached. The outcome that happened 2 weeks ago here and how lopsided it was, I do not expect that nearly to be the case when they play next week.
Take a look at what Klamath Union has got coming up on Friday. They're going to be at Pell Court, taking on those Mazama Vikings, who we saw just a couple of nights ago. They kind of start a homestand because they take on North Valley a week from tonight. So Klamath Union also a chance to try to get back in the win column as well. They've about 2 games back now of Henley for top spot in the Skyline Conference. And as I believe we're getting Blaine Boersma up here on the show now, but Klamath Union has got a tough schedule ahead of them as well, with Mazama, North Valley, and then Phoenix again too. So, Coach Stork, I'm going to have you hand your headset to Blaine.
All right.
And you can come stand right there if you like, or whatever you think is best. Usually we'll have you get you on camera. You hear me okay? Yeah, I can hear you. All right, I'm going to have you flip the microphone down up there. All right. Sir, how you doing after a win like that? Let's start there. What are the emotions like?
Oh, we're feeling good. We're just glad that we got the win, and yeah, it was just a super fun game. So.
Blaine Boersma joining us on the post-game show on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Man, the thing I notice about you all the time you're on the floor is the effort you give on defense. Kind of describe your approach on the defensive end of the ball.
Yeah, I just go as hard as I can, just take every play like it's the first, and just have the mentality that we got to get one win. So
when at the end of regulation, when we think that shot is blocked and a foul is called, what's going through your mind at that exact moment?
Yeah, it just kind of shocked us, but we just kept our composure, and just, these situations are good for us just going down the stretch. So we were able to adjust and come out with the win. So
solid win tonight. You guys got Phoenix on Thursday, a real quick turnaround. What kind of preparation you got looking at Phoenix, and how do you prepare in a short time like this?
Yeah, we got one day to go in the lab and see what we can do. We'll work hard and just get ready for the next one. So.
All right, man. Well, I'll see you Thursday. Thank you so much for taking the time. Great win tonight.
Thank you.
Blaine Boersma joining us on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Coach Stork, I'll have you put the headset back on. 64-61 the final tonight. Do you have any final thoughts before I let everyone get back to their lives at 9:30 on a Tuesday?
I'm just impressed with both teams. I'm impressed with the coaches for the adjustments they made at halftime. I'm impressed for both sides keeping their composure. Such a great environment tonight. It was such a fun game. I know we weren't ready for it to be over, but I know we're both excited to see them back a couple weeks from now.
Without a doubt, 64-61 the final tonight. This about does it for us this evening on the MyBasin.com Game of the Week on 104.3 and 960 Sports. You, of course, can follow Henley basketball all season long on MyBasin.com. It's your home for everything going on in the Klamath Basin, from news to sports to everything else in between. Find us online at MyBasin.com. Final score tonight, 64-61. Henley taking the victory. Would like to thank, Klamath Union Athletic Director and Head Coach Scott Mason, and, of course, Ed Case for having us being able to cover his team this evening. Of course, Henley Athletic Director Jesse Hamilton for getting us set up right here in the broadcast bleachers. It's not necessarily a booth up here, but special thanks to Jesse Hamilton for getting us set up. Final score tonight, Henley improving to 4-0 in conference play, 64-61 the final over Klamath Union. For Nick Bradford and Alex Stork, I'm Josh Eldridge. Good night from Klamath Falls.